Hi, everybody. This is Rachel Silver, and I am here with you today to read through and enjoy one of my all-time favorite books. And I'm holding a very old copy of the book. I've been playing with it and going through it for a couple of years now. There's a much prettier version that's available on Amazon or on the Access site. I'll post a link below in the video. But this is a freaking awesome book. It was channeled, actually. It's the transcript of a channeled class that took place in 1996 in New York. And it is as applicable to everyone that I know today as it was in 1996 to whoever happened to be there live in the class. So this is pretty cool. It's a book that's written by Access Consciousness by Gary Douglas, though he was channeling at the time. And it's really, really awesome. So I hope you get to enjoy it. Transcript from a live class with Gary Douglas, channeling a being called Raz. Gary, this workshop on money will be a new experience for me. I don't know how it'll be for you. Make sure you all have your notebooks, your pens or pencils, whatever you're going to use, because you're going to have to do a lot here tonight. From the little that Raz gave me, there's going to be a lot that's going to be happening. Once again, he's going to ask you to volunteer to step up to the front and be the mirror for other people here. So if you have a problem with that, put a blanket around yourself so he can't see you. Otherwise, he's going to ask you. And don't be embarrassed by anything that goes on, because the reality is there isn't a person in here who doesn't have exactly the same problem you do in some form or another. It doesn't make one difference whether you've got $1 million or 50 cents. The issues of money are tough ones for everybody. Okay, so here we go. Workbook questions. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to be money. That which you are is the energy. That which you will be is energy. That which you have been is energy. That which is money is energy. As you, this night, answer the questions that we're going to ask, be in awareness that the honesty of your answers relates not to the people around you, but to self. Every point of view that you've created about money creates the limitations and the parameters from which you receive it. Everything that you create, others create. Be in total honesty with self. Otherwise, you are the only one you are fooling. Everybody else will know your secrets anyway. We ask you to remember that the subject we're now dealing with is not one that is considered light, but should be. Light is funny. It's a joke. You can laugh. It's all right. So be prepared to be the enlightened beings that you are. If you truly desire results in this, it would be best if you answered all of these questions in this section before moving on to the next chapter. Raz. Hello, students. Good evening, Raz. Raz, how are you? So this evening, we're going to speak about that which is most dear to all your hearts, that which is money. And it is that for each of you. Money is not the issue you think it is. But we're going to work with you to assist you in beginning to learn how to cope with money, not as a moment-by-moment situation, but as the allowance of the abundance that is the truth of self that you are. So we will begin. We ask you the question, what is money? And you write 3 answers of what money is to you. Now, do not put down what you think it should be. Do not put down the quote-unquote right answer, because there's no such thing. Allow your brains to float away and allow that which is the truth of where you sit to be the answer on the page. So, 3 things that money is to you. Question 1, what is money? Now, actually, I'm just going to read through. You're welcome to pause the video and write it down. And if you would like these all in one PDF, you're welcome to write to me and ask for the cheat sheet that I put together, because I love this book and I've been playing with it a lot. Okay, everybody ready? Second question is, what does money mean to you? Write down 3 answers, please. What does money mean to you? Third question, what 3 emotions do you have when you think of money? Okay, 3 answers. Now, next question, question number 4, what does money feel like to you? Again, 3 answers. What does money feel like to you? Next question, what does money look like to you? Okay. Everybody ready? Now, next question, what does money taste like to you? Feel it in your mouth. What does it taste like? Now, most of you have not had money in your mouth since you were small children, so you can use that as a point of reference. What does money taste like to you? 3 answers, please. Next question is, when you see money coming toward you, from which direction do you feel it coming? From the right, from the left, from the back, from the front, up, down, all around? Where? Where do you see it coming from? From which direction do you feel it coming? And the next question, in relationship to money, do you feel you have more than you need or less than you need? Okay. Next question, in relationship to money, when you close your eyes, what color is it? And how many dimensions does it have? In relationship to money, what is easier, the inflow or the outflow? What are your 3 worst problems with money? This is question 11 now. What are your 3 worst problems with money? Next question, which do you have more of, money or debts? Okay. We're going to give you one other question. In relationship to money, to have an abundance of money in your life, what 3 things would be a solution to your current financial situation? So these are 13 questions. Yeah. You're welcome to pause the video at any point and jot down those questions and the answers. And the more often you do this, the more things can begin to change. So, all right, everybody got their answers? Anybody not got answers? All right, now go back to the beginning of your page. Read the questions through and ask yourself if you have been totally honest about your answers and that these are the ones you wish to have on the page. If not, change them. Look at your answers and decide if you've created them in honesty. Honesty with self. There are no right answers. There are no wrong answers. There are only points of view. That's all there are, points of view. And they are the limitations out of which you have created your life. If you're functioning from what is the cosmic right answer, you're not being truthful with self, because if you were, your life would be quite different. Well, what is money? For some, money's cars. For some, money's houses. For some, money is security. For some, money is an exchange of energy. But is it those things? No, it's not. It's energy, as you are energy. There's no difference between you and money except the points of views that you give it. And you give it those points of view because you have bought those points of view from others. If you would change that which is your financial situation, if you would change that which is money in your life, then you must learn to be in allowance in all things. But in particular, when you hear a point of view delivered to you, you must look to it and see if it is true for you. And if it's true for you, you've made an alignment or an agreement, and you've made it a solidity. If it's not true for you, you either resist and react to it, and you've made it a solidity. Even your own points of view need no agreement. They need only be interesting points of view. What you are, what you would have, you must be. That which you do not have in you, you cannot have at all. If you see money as outside of you, you cannot have it. if you see money anywhere besides within the being of you, you will never have it at all, and there will never be enough from your point of view. And we begin chapter 1. What is money? Raz. All right, so everybody ready? All done? All satisfied with your answers? All right, so now we begin to speak about money. To begin, you now have an understanding from what you've put down on your page of your own points of view about money. You see your life as a financial situation that you are in. You buy the point of view that your life is what you have now as a financial reality. Interesting point of view. Now, we speak, as we have many times, once again, about the difference between allowance and acceptance. Allowance, you are the rock in the stream, and any thought, idea, belief, or decision comes at you, goes around you and moves on. If you're the rock in the stream and you are in allowance. Now, if you're in acceptance, all ideas, thoughts, beliefs, and decisions come at you, and you become part of the stream and you get washed away. Now, acceptance has 3 components: alignment or agreement, which makes it a solidity; resistance, which makes it a solidity; and reaction, which makes it a solidity. Now, how does that look in real life? Well, if your friend says to you, there's just not enough money in the world, if you align and agree with it and you go, oh, yes, you're right, you make that a solidity in his life and your own. If you resist it and you think, this guy wants money from me, you make it a solidity in his life and in your own. And if you react to it and you say, well, I have plenty of money in my life, I don't know what's wrong with you, or you say, that's not the way it's going to be for me, you've bought it, you've paid for it, you've taken it home in a bag, and you've made it a solidity for yourself. Now, if your friend says to you, there's not enough money in the world, that's only an interesting point of view. So every time you hear information about money, you must instantly acknowledge that it's only an interesting point of view. It doesn't have to be your reality. It doesn't have to be what occurs. If you think it's easier to borrow than to pay back, then you've made it a solidity. You've created continuous debt. It's only an interesting point of view after all. So what is money? Some of you think money's gold. Some of you think money's cars. Some of you think money's houses. Some of you think money is an energy exchange. And some of you think that it is a medium of exchange. Notice each of those points of view is a solidity. Money is only energy. There is nothing in the world, nothing that is not energy. If you look at your lives and you think you have not enough money, you're really saying to the angels that sit with you and that assist you, you're telling them you do not need additional money. You do not need energy. In truth, you do not need. You are energy and you have no limited supply of it at all. You have more than enough energy to do everything you desire in your life, but you do not choose to create yourselves as money, as energy, as power. Now, what is power to you? For most of you, power is about overwhelming another. Or is it about controlling another? Or is it about controlling your life, or putting controls in your life, or controlling your financial destiny? Interesting points of view, eh? Financial destiny, what is that? Well, it's a weird program, that's what it is, a program of fate. So every time you say, I have to have a program of financial freedom, you are telling yourself that you personally have no freedom. And therefore, you have limited in totality your choices and what you experience. So we ask you all at the moment to close your eyes and to begin to pull energy from the front of you. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in to every pore of your body. Not breathe it in. No, just pull it in. Good. And now pull it in from the back of you, from everywhere. And now pull it in from the sides of you. Pull it in from the bottom of you. Now notice there's plenty of energy available to you when you pull it in. Now, turn that energy into money. Notice how most of you made it very dense all of a sudden? No longer was it energy that you were pulling in, it was something significant. You have brought the idea that money is a significance, and therefore you've made it a solidity. You've aligned with the agreement of the rest of the world. That is how it functions. It functions on energy. The world does not function on money. The world functions on energy, and the world pays in the coin of energy. And if you're giving and receiving of money as energy, you will have abundance. But for most of you, inflowing of energy is the category. It is the idea. So pull energy again into the totality of your body. Hold on to it. Pull that energy into your body. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Can you hold on to it? Does it seem to build and get more and more? Does it stop with you? Nope. You just are energy. And the direction in which you focus your attention is how you create energy. Money is exactly the same. Now, everything in the world is energy. There is no place that you cannot receive energy from. You can receive energy from the dog shit on the ground, from the pee in the snow, or you can feel it from the car or the taxi driver. There. Are you all picking it up? You receive energy from everywhere. Now, take the taxi driver and flow massive amounts of money out the front of you towards the taxi driver. Any taxi driver will do. Now flow it out more, 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 more. Now, feel the energy that's pulling in the backside of you. Are you limiting the amount that's coming in the backside of the energy? Now, where does money come from? If you see money coming from the right or the left, you're seeing that your life is about working, because this is the only way that you can get money. If you're seeing it coming from the front of you, you're seeing it as belonging to the future. And if you're seeing it from behind you, you're seeing that it comes from that which is the past. And this is the only place you have had money. Your life is about, I had money, now I have none. So I'm very pathetic. Not reality, only an interesting point of view. Now, when you flow money, do you flow it from your heart chakra, your root chakra, or your crown chakra? Where do you flow it from? You flow it from everywhere, the totality of your being, and then it flows in from the totality of your being. Now, if you see money coming from the top of you, then you think that spirit is to provide you with money. Spirit provides you with energy, energy to create anything that you decide to create. So what do you do? What do you do to create money? First of all, you must become power. Power is not sitting on top of another. Power is not controlling. Power is energy. Unlimited, expansive, growing, magnificent, glorious, fabulous, exuberant, and quick energy. And it is everywhere. There's no diminishment of self in energy. There's no diminishment of self in power, and there is no diminishment of another. When you are being power, you are in totality self. And when you are self, you are being energy, and as energy, all is connected to you, which means unlimited supplies of money are connected as well. Now, you'll become power, and to do that, you say 10 times in the morning, I am power. And in the evening, you can say 10 times, I am power. What else must you be? Creativity. I am creativity. Now, what is creativity? Creativity is the vision of your life and the work that you desire to do as the essence of you, as the soul of energy. Everything that you do done at creativity, regardless of whether you're sweeping the floor, cleaning the toilets, washing the windows, washing the dishes, cooking the meal, writing the checks, whatever it is, done as creativity connected to power equals energy and results in money, because They are all the same then. Now, the next element that you must have is that which is awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is the recognition that everything that you think gets created. It is manifested, or actualized, if you'd like to call it that. It is how your life shows up by your thoughts alone. If you have the creative image of where you're going and what you're going to do, and you attach to it the awareness that it's a done deal, it will manifest. But what you do upon this plane is you add the element of time. Time is your killer, because if you do not manifest $1 million tomorrow, after completing this course tonight, you will decide that it is a worthless class. You will forget everything that you learned. Well, how do you account for time? By being control. I am control. What does it mean to be I am control? Well, I am control is the understanding that at the correct time, in the correct way, without defining the path, that which you envision as creativity, that which you are aware of as a completion, that which you're connected to as the power of it, as the energy of it, is a done deal in its own time, in its own framework. And if you put those 4 components together, and you allow the universe to adjust every aspect of it, to fine-tune the world, to become your slave, you will manifest exactly what you desire. Now, let us talk about desire for a minute. Desire is the emotion from which you decide to create. Is it a reality? No, it's only an interesting point of view. If you desire clothes, do you do it for a reason? Or because you're cold, or because you're too hot, or because you've worn out your shoes? No, you do not do it for that reason. You do it for many others. Because someone has told you you look good in that color, or because somebody said they've seen you once too often in that shirt, or because they think, ha 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 ha, laughter. Class laughed. Yes, we're glad you finally lighten up a bit here. All right. So desire is the place in which you flow emotional need into your insistence that is reality. You as a being, you as energy, you as power, you as creativity, you as awareness, and you as control have no desire at all. None. No desire. You don't care what you experience. You only choose to experience. But what you do not choose is ease upon this plane. You do not choose ease because it would mean that you have to be power, because it means that you have to manifest upon this earth peace, tranquility, joy, laughter, and glory for not only yourselves, but everybody else. You choose from the diminishment of self. If you become the power that you are, what's required of you is to live in joy, in ease, and in glory. Glory is the exuberant expression of life and abundance in all things. What is abundance in all things? Abundance in all things is the understanding and reality that you are connected to each and every being upon this plane, to each and every molecule upon this plane, and that every one of them is in support of you and the energy and the power that you are. If you function as anything less than that, you're just being a wimp. From that which is the debilitation of financial insecurity, you create yourself as small, as unable, and even more than that, unwilling. Unwilling to take up the challenge of who you truly are, because you are power, you are control, you are awareness, and you are creativity. And those 4 elements create your abundance. So become them. Use them every day for the rest of your life, or until you become them yourself. And you can add one more in there and say, I am money. I am money. All right, so now we're going to ask you all to say with us. You follow with us, and we're going to do some I ams, all right? All right, so we begin. I am power. I am awareness. I am control. I'm creativity, I'm money, I'm control, I'm power, I'm awareness, I'm creativity, I am power, I'm awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I am money, I'm awareness, I'm control, I am awareness, I'm power, I'm control, I am money, I am creativity, I am joy. Good. Now feel your energy. Feel the expansion that you feel of your energy. This is the truth of you. And this is the place from which you created a flow of money. The tendency of each of you is to pull yourself into the small dominion that you call your body and think. Stop thinking. The brain is a useless tool for you. Throw that brain away and begin to function as the truth of self, the power of you, the expansion of you. Be it in totality. Now, each of you, pull yourselves into your financial world. Does it feel good? Student. No. Raz. Okay, right. So how come you choose to live there? What limiting belief do you function from? Write that down. What limiting belief do you function from in life that has created your financial world? You're welcome to pause the video, stay with that for a moment, and then continue. Now you remain expanded as power and look at that financial world that you've created inside of you, not as reality, but as a space from which you function. What limiting belief do you have to have in place to function like that? Do not draw back into your bodies. We can feel you doing it. Touch the space. Do not be in it. Thank you. There you go. Expand out there. Yes, like that. Do not draw back into that space. You're doing it again. Move out. Move out and expand. Expand. I am power. I'm awareness. I'm control. I'm creativity. I'm money. I'm joy. I'm power. I'm control. I'm creativity. I'm money. I'm power. I'm control. I'm creativity. I am money. I am joy. I'm power. I'm control. I'm creativity. I'm money. I'm awareness. I'm awareness. I'm awareness. I'm awareness. There. Thank you. Now you're out of your bodies. You choose to always diminish yourself to the size of your body, and then you choose a limitation about what you can receive because you think only your body receives the energy of money, which is not true. It is the lie that you function from. All right. Now, are you more expanded? All right. Now that you've looked at that one, everybody's come up with some answer? Who does not have an answer? Student. I don't. Raz. All right, you don't have an answer? So let us look. What do you consider your financial situation to be? Feel it in your body. Where's it located? Student. In my eyes. Raz. Your eyes? Your financial situation is here, so you cannot see what it is that you're creating, eh? Student. Yes. Raz. So is awareness in your eyes? Ah, interesting. You now start to move out, notice? Yes, you start to move out. The limiting belief from which you function is, I do not have the foresight to know what is going to happen and how to control it. True? Student. Yes. Raz. Good. So how do you get yourself out of that belief? Now, have all the rest of you got your belief that you function from? Who else needs contribution here? Needs to be helped? Student. I do. Raz, yes. So what is your financial situation and where do you feel it in your body? Student, in my solar plexus and my throat. Raz, yes. All right. So what is that solar plexus and throat? Go into it. Feel it in totality. Feel it. Yes. Yes. Right there. All right. You notice that it's getting heavier and heavier? Yes, more and more of that financial situation that it is, which is exactly how you feel whenever you get into your financial pickle, yes? All right, so now reverse it and have it going the other direction. There, do you feel it? It is shifting now, is it not? Student, Raz, your financial consideration is that you've not the power or the voice to speak the truth of you, to make things happen. Student, yeah. Raz, yes, exactly so. Good. So you see. Now for each of you, you now understand the method. This is how to go about reversing the effects that you've created in your own bodies, in your own world. Where you feel your financial restrictions within your body, reverse them. Reverse them and allow them to come out of you and to be outside you, not within you. To be not a part of you, but as an interesting point of view indeed. Because out here, you do have a point of view. You can see it. And that which you function as limited by your body, you also create as a limitation of your soul. Now, who's yet feeling dizzy? Anybody? Student, I am. Slightly dizzy here. Okay, so slight dizzy. Why are you dizzy? Is that not where you feel the considerations of money, that they sort of spin you out, that you don't know exactly how to deal with them? Now put that dizziness outside your head. Feel that. Feel that. Now you are expansion. You see it no longer a thing of being out of control in your head. There's no out of control. It is total bullshit. The only thing that controls you are the red lights by which you function and the green lights which tell you to go. And that's when you're driving a car. Why would you follow those green lights and those red lights when you're in your body? Pavlovian training? So now we ask you to go back to the original questions. The first question is what? What is money? Says one student. Raz, what is money? What is money to you? The answers. Student, well, my first answer was power. My second answer was mobility. The third was growth. Raz, good. So which of those are true? Student, the power. Raz, really? Student, yeah, power. It's totally true. Raz, is that really true? You think money is power. Do you have money? Student, no. Raz, so you have no power? Student, right. Raz, is that the way you feel? Powerless. Where do you feel that powerless? Student, well, when you say it that way, I feel it right in my solar plexus. Raz, yes. So what do? Turn it out. Student, but you know, when I felt the money, I felt it in my heart. And when I've got to do something where I feel, Raz, yes, because this is about power. And the issue of power you feel in the solar plexus. You've sold your power and given it away. Now, you must reverse that flow. Power is yours. You are power. You do not create power. You are it. Feel there, as you turn it out, you start once again to expand. Do not go into your head. Do not think about it. Feel it. Yes, there. You push that power out. Push it out. Push it out. Now, what does that mean? For all of you, the reality is that when you have money as power and you feel it pulling in, you're trying to create power. And as such, you've already assumed that you have none. The basic assumption. Anything that sticks your attention has a truth with a lie attached. Student, can you say that again, please? Raz, anything that sticks your attention or about power? Student, yes. Raz, well, when you feel power as coming into you, you have already assumed that you have none. You have assumed. What does that do for you? It diminishes you. Do not create from assumption. The assumption that money is power. Feel that. Money as power. Is that a solidity, or is that only an interesting point of view? If you make it so, if money is power, feel the energy of it. That is solid, is it not? Can you function as energy at solidity? No, because that is the place from which you can make the box that you live in, and that's where you are all trapped right now, in the idea that money is power. Your next answer? Student, my next answer was mobility. Raz, mobility? Student, yes. Money allows you to move, eh? Says Raz. Student, yes. Really? So you have no money, but you managed to get from Pennsylvania to New York. The student, well, if you put it that way. Raz, did you? Student, yes. And how much energy did you get here that has changed you? Student, oh, a whole lot more than it took to get here. Is that what you mean? Raz, yes. It's an interesting point of view, is it not? So, which way are you flowing? More out or more in? Oh, from that point of view, says a student, more in. Raz, right. But you see, you always think that you're diminishing yourself because you get energy. You do not see money as energy also. That can come in, it can come in. You allow energy with great joy, do you not? Student, yes. Raz, great gusto. Student, yes. Raz, glory as it were. Now, feel the glory of the energy, that energy that you experienced the last couple of days. You feel that? Student, yes. Raz, glory as it were. Now, feel the glory of the energy that you've experienced over the last couple of days. You feel that? Student, yes. Raz, turn it all into money. Whoa, what a whirlwind that would be, eh? Students laugh. Raz, so how come you do not allow that to be in your life the rest of the time? Because you're not willing to let yourself receive. Because the assumption is that you need. What does need feel like? Student, it doesn't feel good. Raz, feels like a solidity, eh? That's the lid on your box. Need. That is one of the dirtiest words in your language. Throw it away. Take it right now. Write it down on a piece of paper, on a separate sheet. Write need. Rip it out of your book. Just rip it up. Now, you have to put the pieces in your pocket. Otherwise, that student will have a problem. Okay, good. How does that feel? Student, good. Raz, feels great, hey? Yes, all right. So every time you use the word need, you write it down and you tear it up until it is erased from your vocabulary. Student, may I ask you a question? Raz, yes, there are questions. Student, yes. Just about, I thought earlier that you were explaining that the words power, energy, and awareness were interchangeable. Raz, not quite. If you make them significant, you've made them a solidity. You must keep them as energy flows. Power is energy. Awareness is energy, as knowing with absolute certainty, no doubt, and no reservation. If you think I'm going to have $1 million next week, and inside you hear a little voice that goes, yeah, you want to make a bet? Or one that says, how you gonna do that? Or, oh my God, I can't believe I made that kind of a commitment. Then you have already counterintended yourself to the point where it cannot occur in the time sequence that you've created for it, which is the issue of control. Now, if you say, I wish to have $1 million in the bank, and you know you're going to do that, and you do not put time in there, because you have the control to monitor your thought processes. And each time you have a thought that is counter-intention to it, you think, oh, interesting point of view, and erase it. It can happen very much quicker. Each time you have a thought that you do not erase, you lengthen the time period until it cannot exist. You chip away from it, you see. If you look at it from a foundation purpose, let us say you have this golf tee, all right? And the point is there, and you're going to put your idea for $1 million on top of that point. And every time you say something, and every time you think something negative about what you've decided to create, you chip away the foundation until it just tips over and falls away. And then it no longer exists. And then you build it again, you decide it again, but you've once again started to chip at it continuously. The balance of it on the point, you must get the point and keep it there. Keep it there as a knowing, as a reality that it's already in existence. and that eventually in your sequence of time, you will catch up to what you've created. Only then do you get it. Only then do you have it. Only then is it yours. All right, we move back to your number 2 answer, mobility. So what is mobility? Moving your body around? Student, well, I meant it that way. Raz, you meant it as moving the body around, or you meant it as freedom? Student, well, both. Raz, both. Student, yeah. Raz, well, once again, the assumption is that you do not have it. Notice it is your assumptions, which are the negative points of view that do not allow you to receive what you desire in life. I'm gonna read that one again. Notice it is your assumptions, which are the negative points of view that do not allow you to receive what you desire in life. If you say, I need or desire freedom, you've automatically created the point of view that you have no freedom. And that is neither power, nor awareness, nor control, nor creativity. Well, that is creativity of a sort. You've created it, you've made it a reality from which you're functioning. Consciousness is the process by which you will create your life, not assumption. You cannot function at assumption. A little alliteration there. Time to write a poem of your own. So, all right, now your 3rd answer. I'm just going to interject in there with something that I learned a long time ago that I love. When you assume, if you look at the letters of the word assume, you have A, S, S, right? You have a U, and then you have an M and an E. So every time you assume, you make an S out of you and me, which is kind of what happens with these negative points of view, right? So anyway, we continue. Now your 3rd answer, student, the 3rd one. Oh, well, growth. Raz, oh, you have not grown in the last 20 years? Student, well, growth. I have this idea that I need to travel to. Raz, what did you say? Student, I would like to be able to travel. Raz, what did you say? Student, I said I would like, oh, I said need. Oops. Raz, yep, write it down, tear it up. You better make smaller pieces of paper. Student, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'd like to be able to travel around when I hear about exciting workshops where I can learn something. Raz, interesting point of view. Now, what is that automatic point of view, that assumption from which you're functioning? That I cannot afford it, huh? That I don't have enough money. Feel your energy. Feel your energy. What does it feel like? Student, well, it feels very expanded right now. Raz, good. But when you say that, what does it feel like? Student, when I say that? Raz, yes, when you assume that you do not have enough money. Student, oh, that feels diminished. That feels, Raz, good. So do you have to function from that place anymore? Student, hopefully not. Raz, hopefully not. Interesting point of view. Student, it sure is. Consciousness, says Raz. Every time you feel like that, wake up. When you feel like that, you're no longer being true to yourself. You're no longer being power and awareness, control, creativity, or money. All right? Anybody have points of view about what money is for them that they would like some clarification about their assumed point of view? Student, yes. Raz, yes. Student, well, my first one was cosmic fuel. Raz, cosmic fuel? Is that what you truly believe? What is the assumption behind it? That you have no cosmic fuel? The assumption behind is you have no cosmic fuel, that you are not connected to the cosmos, and that you are not awareness. Any of those things true? Student, no. Raz, no, they're not. So do not function from the assumption. Function from the reality. You have cosmic fuel. Plenty, plenty, plenty abundance. Yes, like that. You got it? You have another point of view you wish to ask? Student, yes, I had cushion for survival. Raz, very interesting point of view. We would guess there are about 6 or 7 others who might have that similar point of view. Now, what is the assumption from which you're functioning there? There are actually 3 in that particular point of view. Now look at them. What do you see? What are you assuming there? Well, number 1, you're assuming that you will survive or that you must survive. Now, how many billions of years old are you? Student, 6. Raz, at least. So you've already been surviving 6 billion years. How many of those lifetimes have you been able to take your cushion with you? What? In response to laughter. Student, all of them. Raz, you have taken the cushion of money with you on all those lifetimes? That cushion of survival? Student, yes. Raz, well, when you speak of survival, you're talking about your body, and you're assuming that you are a body, and only with money can it survive. Now stop breathing. Breathe energy into your solar plexus. Do not suck in a big bunch of air to do it. Notice that you can take in 3 or 4 breaths of energy before you have to breathe, and your body feels energized. Yes, just like that. Now you can breathe. Breathe in energy as you breathe in air. That is how you become energy and money. You breathe in energy with every breath that you take. You breathe in money with every breath that you take. There is no difference between you and money. All right? You get that now? Does that explain it? Student, do I get that? Raz, do you understand now how one is functioning and what you have as an assumption here? Student, yeah. Raz, all right. And do you need that anymore? Student, no. Raz, good. So what can you do with it? Change it. You can change all those things. Take away the assumption and create a new point of view as power, as energy, as control, as creativity, as money. What new point of view would you have? Student, that I am power, that I am energy. Raz, exactly so. And you are not? And you have always been? What an interesting point of view. All right, so the next question. Who would wish to volunteer for that? Student, well, you said there were 3 assumptions with his cushion. Raz, yes. Student, we got only 1, didn't we? Raz, you got 2. Student, 2, must survive. I will survive. I must survive. I cannot survive. Student, okay. Raz, what is the 3rd one? Think about it. I'm unwilling to survive. That unspoken point of view. Chapter 2, second question. What does money mean to you? Raz, read the second question, please, and the answers. Student, what does money mean to you? Raz, well, what is your first answer? Student, security. Raz, security? How is money security? Student, well, if you have it, you're securing your present and your future. Raz, interesting point of view. Is it true? Is it real? If you have your money in the bank and the bank goes belly up, are you secure? If you have your money in a house and it burns down on the day you forgot to make that insurance payment, do you have security? Student, no. Raz, there is only one security that you have, and it is not money that creates it. The security is in the truth of you as a being, as a soul, as one of light. And from there you create. You are power as energy. As power, as energy, you have the only true security that there is. Now, if you lived in California, you would know there's no security because under your feet, everything moves. But here on the East Coast, you consider the ground to be secure, but it's not. That which you call the world is not a solid place. It is but energy. Are these walls solid? Even your scientists say no, that the molecules move, only more slowly. And that is why they appear to be solid. Now, are you solid and secure? No, you are a space between a bunch of molecules that you've created and formed to the apparency of solidity. Is that a security? If you could be secure with money, could you take it with you when you die? Could you manage to get a new body and come back and get it next lifetime? So is it really security that you buy with money? Does it really mean security? Or is that only a point of view that you've taken on, that you have bought from another as to how to create your life? Student, wait, so what you're telling me is that if I think money, I can create it? Raz, yes. Not that if you think money, but if you be it. Student, well, how do I become money? Raz, first of all, you must have the vision of your life. And you do that by I am creativity. You are creativity as a vision. You are I am power as energy. You are I am awareness as knowing exactly that the world will be as you see it. And you are I am control, not in a vested interest in how you get there, but in the awareness that the universe will move the cogs to bring about your vision. If you maintain your power and you maintain your awareness in alignment with what you do, then if you have those 4 elements in place, you can become I am money. And you can use these. You can say, I am power, I am awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I am joy, I am money. And use them every morning and every night until you become money, until you become creativity, until you become awareness, until you become control, until you become power. That is how you become money. The I am of being it. Because it is that. That is how you create yourself now. You see, if you're creating yourself from the point of view of I'm getting security by getting money, what is that? It is a time sequence, a futurity. Yes? Student, right. Raz, so you can never achieve it. Student, so do you always have to be in the present? Raz, yes. And I am puts you always in the present. So what other point of view do you have about money and about what it means for you? Student, well, security was my main, because the other 2 would be home and future. But if I had security, then my home would be secure and my future would be secure. So it's really, oh, Raz, really? Is that really, really true? Student, no, no, it's not. I understand what you just brought me through as my first need for security. Raz, yes, good. Student, I understand the I ams. Raz, yes. Anybody else have a point of view that they wish some clarity on? Student, happiness. Raz, happiness. So money buys you happiness, eh? Student, I think so. Raz, really? Do you have money in your pocket? Student, not much. Raz, are you happy? Student, uh-huh. Raz, so money didn't buy you that, did it? Student, no. Raz, that is right. You create happiness. You create the joy in your life, not money. Money doesn't buy happiness. But if you have the point of view that money does buy happiness, if you do not have money, how can you have happiness? And the judgment that comes in after that is, I don't have enough money to be happy. And even when you get more, you still don't have enough money to be happy. You get the point? How do you feel about that? Student, I'm always happy even though I don't have money, but knowing I have someone to pay on Thursday and knowing I don't have any money tends to put me in a worse mood. Raz, there we go. Now we're getting into it. Time. Time. So how do you create money? Student. Well, with a job, by working? Raz, well, that's an interesting point of view. You mean you can only receive by working? Student, well, that's what I've experienced. Raz, so which point of view came first? The idea that you had to work to get money or the experience? Student, the idea. Raz, right. You created it, have you not? Student, yes. So you are responsible for it. You've created your world exactly as your thought pattern is. Throw your brains away. They get in the way of you. You think you do not grow rich. You grow limited. You get that thought process in the way and then you're diminished. You've limited yourself on what you're going to achieve and what you're going to get. You've always been able to create happiness, have you not? Student, yes. Raz, well, it is only the bills that get in the way, yes? Student, yes. Raz, because what you do is, you think. You have a vision of money, of what your life will be like, yes? Student, yes. Raz, so get a vision of that now. How does it feel? Light or heavy? Student, light. Raz, and when you're in this lightness, you know that you will pay everything that you owe? Student, will you say that again? Raz, in this lightness, do you know as awareness that you will always pay everything that you owe? Student, yes. Raz, you know it? You have absolute awareness and certainty of it? Student, that I have to pay everybody I owe? Raz, no. Not that you have to, but that you will. Student, yeah, I think I will. Raz, oh, interesting point of view, I think I will. If you're thinking that you will pay it, do you have the desire to pay it, or do you resist it? Student, I resist it. Raz, yes, you resist it. Yes, you resist paying. What is the purpose of resisting? Student, I couldn't tell you. Raz, what would be the underlying point of view of not desiring to pay? If you had enough money, would you pay the bill? Student, yes. Raz, so what is your underlying point of view that's unexpressed? Student, well, that I'm worried about money and that I don't want to pay. Raz, that you will not have enough, yes? Student, yes. Raz, it is the unexpressed point of view. It is what you cannot look at that gets you in trouble, because that is a place that you've created from the point of view that there is not enough at all. So have you created that as a reality, that there's not enough? Student, yes. Raz, is that a place you like to function from? Student, I don't understand what you're saying. Raz, do you like to function from not enough? Student, yeah. Raz, so what is the value of choosing not enough? Student, there isn't any. Raz, well, there must be, or you would not make that choice. Student, well, don't we all have that fear? Raz, yes, you all have that fear that there will not be enough, and you all function from the certainty that there will not be enough, which is why you're looking for security, and why you're looking for happiness, and why you're looking for homes, and why you're looking for future, when in reality, you've created every future that you have ever had. Every past, every present, and every future is created by you. And you've done an impeccable job of creating it exactly as you think it is. If you think there's not enough, what are you creating? Not enough, says the student. Raz, exactly so. There's not going to be enough. Now, congratulate yourself on such a good job. You've done an impeccably wonderful job of creating not enough. Congratulations. You're a very good, you're a great and glorious creator. Student, creating nothing. Raz, oh, now you have created something. You've created debt, have you not? The student, all right. Yeah, this is right. Raz, you've been very good at creating debt. You've been very good at creating not enough. You've been very good at creating sufficient to feed yourselves and clothe yourselves. Yes? Yeah, you've done an excellent job of all that part of create. So what point of view is it that you're not creating from? No limitation, no limitation. Student, doesn't that take a lot of practice? Raz, nope, takes no practice. Student, really? Do we just do it constantly? Raz, yes. All you have to do is be. I am creativity, the vision of your life. What would you like your life to look like? What would it be like if you could create it any way that you choose? Would you be a millionaire or would you be a pauper? Student, millionaire. Raz, how do you know it's better to be a millionaire than a pauper? If you're a millionaire, somebody might come along and steal all your money. If you're a pauper, nobody would come in and steal your money. So you'd wish to be a millionaire? For what purpose? Why would you wish to be a millionaire? What value is there in being a millionaire? Seems like a good idea, but it only seems like a good idea, right? Student, yeah, it's a good idea. Raz, okay, it's a good idea. Okay, all right. So let's have a little fun here, huh? Close your eyes. Now get a vision of $100 bill in your hand. Yeah, okay, now tear it up into little tiny pieces and throw it away. Oof, that hurt. Class laughs. Raz, now get a vision of $1,000. Now tear that up into little tiny pieces and throw that away. That hurt more, didn't it? Student, yes. Raz, now $10,000 and burn it up. Throw it in the fireplace. Interesting. It was not as hard to throw $10,000 in the fireplace, was it? All right, now throw $100,000 in the fireplace. Now throw $1 million in the fireplace. Now throw $10 million in the fireplace. Now be $10 million. What's the difference between $10 million in the fireplace and being $10 million? Student, feels much better. Raz, good. So how come you always throw your money in the fireplace? You are always throwing your money away and you're always spending it as a way to try to be happy, as a way to try and survive. You do not allow yourself to create so much that you feel you are money, that you are willing to be money. A willingness to be money is to be $1 million or to be $10 million, to be it. It's only energy. It has no real significance unless you make it so. If you make it significant, you make it heavy. If it is significant, it becomes a solidity and then you've trapped yourself. The box of your world is the parameters by which you create your limitation. Just because you have a bigger box does not mean it is less a box. It is still a box. You get the point? Student, yes. You like the point? Student, yes. Raz, good. It is still difficult, says the student. Huh, Raz. Now that is an interesting point of view. It is difficult to be money, eh? Student, yes. Raz, now look at that point of view. What are you creating with that point of view? Student, I know, I'm limiting stuff. Raz, yes. You're making it difficult, solid, and real. Boy, did you do a good job on that. Congratulations. You are a great and glorious creator. Student, those two magic words, huh? I am. Raz, I am money. I am power. I am creativity. I am control. I am awareness. I am joy. I am money. I am power. I'm creativity. I'm control. I'm awareness. I am joy. All right. Anybody else have a point of view that they would like explained more? Student, so you can make it without working for it? Raz, you can make it without working for it. Now, There are two very interesting limitations. First of all, how do you make money? Do you have a printing press in your backyard? Student, no. And without working for it, huh? What is work for you? Student, a paycheck. Raz, work is a paycheck? Student, yes. Raz, so what, you sit at home and collect one of those? Student, no, I go to work. Raz, no, work for you is something you hate to do. Feel the word work. Feel it. How does it feel? Does it feel light and airy? Student, no. Raz, feels like shit, eh? Work? Is it work to look in your crystal ball? Student, no. Raz, well, no wonder you don't make any money. You do not see what you're doing as work, do you? Student, well, I don't know what I'm really doing yet. Raz, interesting point of view. How can you be I am awareness and not know what you're doing? What is the underlying assumption there? The underlying point of view from which you're functioning. It is, I am afraid. Student, no, I don't understand. Raz, you don't understand what? If you doubt your ability, you cannot charge, yes? Student, it is not that I doubt it. It's that I don't understand it. I don't know what I'm seeing. Raz, good. So turn loose of your mind. Connect with your guides and let the ball guide you. You're trying to think it through and figure it out from your point of view of thought. You're not a thinking machine. You're psychic. A psychic does not do anything but be there for the images to come and to turn loose of their mind and turn loose of their mouth and just let it flow. Can you do that? Student, yeah, I do that. Raz, and you do it very well when you let it happen. It is only when you put your mind into the equation that you create disability. The unfortunate part for you is that you do not trust what you know. You do not recognize that you, as the unlimited being that you are, have access to all the knowledge in the universe, and that you are but a pipeline for the awakening of cosmic consciousness. The reality is that you live in fear, the fear of success, the fear of your power, and the fear of your ability. And for each of you, underneath your fear is anger, intense anger and rage. And who are you outraged at? Yourself. You are angry at yourself for picking and choosing to be the limited beings that you are, to not walk in the tallness of the God force that you are, but to function from the limited size of your body as though it is the shell of existence. Expand yourself out and move away from it by being not afraid and not in anger, but in the great and glorious wonder of your ability to create. Creativity is vision. Do you have visions? Student, yes. Knowing as awareness, knowing is the certainty that you are connected to the power of you. Do you have that? Student, yes. And control. Are you willing to turn it over to the cosmic forces? Student, well, if I learn how. Raz, you don't have to learn how. You have to be I am control. That which you see outside of you, you cannot have. Learning how is the way in which you create debilitation and you put into your computation of achievement the value of time as though it really exists. You know everything that will be in the future, and you know everything that has been in the past right now. There is no time but that which you create. If you would move yourself, you must move yourself from the point of view of I am control. In the surrendering of the need to figure it out, to figure out how to get from point A to point B, which is if I learn, that is going from point A to point B. You're trying to control the process and the destiny of self from diminishment. You cannot achieve it from there. You understand? Student, yes. Raz, are you willing to look at your anger? Student, yes. Raz, so look at it. How does it feel? Student, wrong. Raz, and where do you feel it? In what part of your body? Student, in my chest. Raz, so now take it now and push it 3 feet in front of you from your chest. Push it out, push it out. Good. How does it feel now? Heavy or light? Student, doesn't feel very heavy. Raz, but it is 3 feet away from you, yes? Now that is your anger. Is it real? Student, yes. Raz, is it? Interesting point of view. It is only an interesting point of view. It is not a reality. You have created it. You're the creator of all your emotions. You're the creator of all your life. You're the creator of everything that occurs for you. You create, and if you must put time in the computation, then put time in 10-second increments. All right, we're going to give you a choice here. You've got 10 seconds to live the rest of your life, or you're going to be eaten by a tiger. What do you choose? No reply. Your time is up. Your life is over. You have 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? To be a seer or not? You didn't choose. Your life is over. You have 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? Student, to be. Raz, yes, to be. Choose something. As you choose, so you create your life. So choose to be the psychic that you are. Choose to be the reader of the crystal ball in 10-second increments. If you have to look into your ball now and you look into it and you get a picture in this 10 seconds, can you answer what it is? Student, well, yes. Raz, right, you can. Now that lifetime is over. You have 10 seconds of life. What are you going to choose? The picture and the ball and the talking, or no choice? The picture and the ball, said the student. Raz, good, so choose it. Choose it. Choose it each and every time. Every 10 seconds, you choose a new. Choose a new. Get yourself going. You create your life in 10-second increments. You create it. If you create it in anything other than 10-second increments, you're creating from expectation of the future, which never arrives, really, or from the debilitation of the past based on your experience, with the idea that it is going to create something new when you maintain the same point of view. Any wonder that life still shows up the same? You're choosing nothing new, are you? Huh? Moment by moment you choose. I don't have enough. I don't want to work. I don't know. Now we're going to recommend some words to eliminate from your vocabulary. There are 5 words that you should eliminate from your vocabulary. Word number 1, the word want. Want has 27 definitions, which mean to lack. You have had thousands of years of English language in which the word want means to lack. You've had more lifetimes of speaking English than just this one. And in this lifetime, how many years have you used the word want as though you were creating desire? In truth, what have you created? Want, lack. You've created lack. So you're a great and glorious creator. Congratulate yourself. Student laughs. Raz, 2. Need. What is need? Student, lack. Raz, yep, it's the debilitation of knowing you cannot have. You cannot have anything if you need. And need will always be followed by greed because you will be trying to get. 3, we come to the word try. Try is never achieving. Try is making no choice. Try is doing nothing. 4, we have why. And why is always the fork in the road, and you always come back to the beginning. Student, I don't see that. Raz, listen to a 2-year-old sometime and you will understand it. The student laughs. You never get an answer. Raz, 5, but. Whenever you say but, you counter your first statement. I would like to go, but I can't afford it. All right, do not be need. I need is saying I do not have. I want is saying, I lack. I try is saying, I don't do. But. You better pat yourself on the fanny, baby, eh? Next question. Chapter 3. What 3 emotions do you have when you think of money? Raz. All right, so who wishes to volunteer for the next question? Student number 3. Raz, number 3. Yes, what is the question? Student, what 3 emotions do I have about money? Raz, so what 3 emotions? Yes. What 3 emotions do you have about money? 3 emotions when you think about money. Student, well, the first one that came up I didn't like very much, but it was fear. Raz, fear. All right. All right, so what assumed point of view would you have fear about money? Student, well, I interpret it as different, and I interpret it in a different way, that I feared its absence, which, Raz, yes, that is why the emotion is there. You fear the absence of it because the basic assumption is, student, I need it. Raz, write it down. Student, and tear it up. Raz, write it down and tear it up. Student, so I'm going to ask you a terrible question. Raz, okay. Student, okay. So I go to the store. They want something in return for what I'm going to take from them. Raz, want. What is want? They lack, yes. Want means to lack. That's the other dirty word you must eliminate. But what do you go to the store for? Student, okay, food. Raz, all right, so you go to the store for food. What makes you think you need to eat? Student, you're joking? Well, I do know that I need to. Raz, need. Write it down again. Student, okay, want. Right. Raz, write it down and throw that one away too. Need and want, not allowed. Student, but you get hungry. Raz, really? Pull energy into your body, all of you. Put in energy. Keep putting it in, putting it in. Do you feel hungry? No. Why do you not eat more energy and less food? Student, well, that would be good for a while because I could lose some weight, but it start to hurt. Raz, exactly so. You get enough energy in there, you might become a giant balloon. Student, what about my friends who come over, including the 2 people who are sleeping in my house right now? Raz, so, who said you need to feed them? How come they cannot contribute to you? Student, they are. Raz, so the fear is that you will not receive. The fear is that money works in only one direction, and that is away from you. Whenever you feel fear, you create need and greed. Student, okay. But need is out of fear, sir? Raz, yes, on fear. Fear brings in need and greed. Student, really? Raz, yes. Student, well, holy moly, you're right. I think I just realized another thing that is a basic belief system, or that it really wasn't a good thing. Raz, not a good thing to receive. Student, not a good thing to have too much of. Raz, not a good thing to receive. Student, right, or to receive from others. Raz, to receive, period. Student, right. Raz, from anywhere, to receive from anywhere. All right, well, what, if you are in fear, you're unwilling to receive because you think you're a bottomless pit and where you live is a deep, dark hole. Fear is always the hole in you. It is a bottomless place. Fear makes of you need and greed, and you become an asshole in the process. All right? Student, all right. Next emotion, says Raz. Student, desire for more. Raz, desire, yes. Ah, yes. Now desire, what is that? You go out and wiggle your hips to get more? Student, I knew it wasn't the greatest. Raz, desire means, and you automatically you have quote unquote get more. Notice, get more. An insufficiency which goes along with fear. Student, not just to get more money, but Raz, get more, period. Money has nothing to do with the reality of what you are experiencing. Money is the subject around which you create a reality of nothingness, of not enough, of want and need and desire and greed. And it is the same for everyone on this plane. It is where this world has functioned. You have a great example of it in what you call your 80s. And it's been the truth of this world since the time in which you decided, all of you decided, that money was a necessity. A necessity. Well, what is a necessity? Something that you cannot do without and survive. You, as beings, have survived millions of lifetimes, and you cannot even remember how much money you had, or how much money you spent, or how you did it. But you're still here, and you're still surviving. And each one of you is able to come to a place to understand more about it. Do not function from the assumption that it is a necessity. It's not a necessity. It is the breath of you. It is what you are. You are money in totality. And when you feel yourself as money and not as necessity, you are expansive. And when you feel yourself as necessity in relationship to money, you diminish yourself and stop the flow of energy and money. So, your third emotion, student, happiness. Raz, now happiness in what respect? Happiness when you spend it, happiness when you have it in your pocket, happiness when you know it's coming, happiness because it's money. You just look at a dollar bill and have happiness? Student, no. So Raz, what part of it brings happiness for you? Student, well, knowing that certain things can be accomplished or done. Raz, so money buys happiness? Student, well, I used the wrong word. Raz, how does happiness come from money? Student, well, it doesn't necessarily come from it at all. Raz, so how do you feel happiness in relationship to money? When you have sufficiency? When you have an abundance of it? When you feel security? Student, yeah, security. Raz, security. Interesting point of view. Student, but there's no such thing as security. Raz, well, there is. There is security. There's security in knowing and having the awareness of self. That is the only security there is. The only security you can guarantee is that you will go through this lifetime and you will leave this body, and you will have the opportunity, if you desire, to come back and try again to be a more abundant creature upon this world. But happiness is within you. You have happiness. You are happiness. You do not get it from money. To be happy, it takes to be happy. That is all. And you are happy, except when you choose to be sad, right? Student, right. Raz, anybody else have any emotions they wish to speak about? Student, well, I'd like to go a little more on fear. Raz, yes, because I've spent an enormous amount of energy on the emotion of fear. Raz, yes. Student, and behind the fear, underneath the fear, is always anger. Raz, yes, exactly so. And what are you truly angry about? Who are you angry at? Student, myself. Raz, exactly so. And what are you angry about? Student, feeling the emptiness. Raz, not taking your power. Raz, not being you in totality. You feel that? Student, yeah, very much. Raz, feel in your body where you fear and you anger. Student, yes. Raz, now turn it out the other direction. Turn it out, outside of you. Now what does it feel like? Student, relief. Raz, yes. And that is how you get rid of fear and the anger, to make space for you. Because if you look at yourself, there's no fear in your universe at all, is there? Student, no. Raz, and the only anger that you can express is towards others, because your real anger is about yourself, and where you've refused to take truth of your energy in totality. So, can you be the power that you are, the energy that you are? So let it go. Stop holding it in. There, like that. Phew, relief, hey? Student, yes. Now you have to practice this one, all right? Student, yes. Because you've diminished yourself, as of all the others in this room, continuously for billions of years, to not be self, not power. And you've done it to squash your own anger. Interesting, eh? Anger with self. And there's not one of you here who's not angry with yourself for not allowing yourselves to be in totality the power that you are. Whew, well, that blew some stuff. All right, anybody else wish to speak about emotions? Student, I'd like to speak about fear again from my point of view. When I get in fear, it's a constriction, like a closing down. Raz, and where do you feel it? Student, in my solar plexus. Raz, good. So turn it out. Turn it out. Outside of you, there, like that. What does it look like now? Student, tearful. Raz, good. And what is underneath the tear? Student, anger. Raz, anger. Yes, there. That thing that you have tied up in a little knot in there. You've got that well hidden, eh? You think. All right. Not let the anger out. Not let it out in totality. Feel the anger. Feel it. Let it come out of you. Out further. Now further. Yes, there it is. Now notice the difference in the expansion. You feel that? Student, yeah, it does feel very good. Raz, yes, it feels very good. It is the truth of you. You're doing expansion as being exterior from your body, not having the capacity to be connected at all to this place. Feel, as you let the anger go, the reality of connecting to self in totality, not as some kind of spiritual entity, but as truth of self. There is a calmness and a peace that comes over you when you do it in truth. Now let it out in totality, like that. There, there. Student, I got it. Raz, you feel. That is the trust of who you are. That is power. The other is removal. Student, it's like, it feels like a coming into myself. Raz, exactly so. It is being totally connected, totally conscious, totally awareness, and control. How does control feel from this place? Student, feels a lot different from the other control. Raz, yes. The other is trying to control your anger, is it not? Student, well, I suppose. Raz, well, ultimately, you're trying to control your anger because the truth is you're not allowing yourself to shine. There is peace, there is calmness, and there is magnificence inside. But you cram it underneath anger. And since you think your anger is not appropriate, you diminish yourself and you try to control it, and you try to control everything else around you as a way of hiding it from yourself. Who you are angry with is self. Be at peace with self. There, right there. Do you feel that? Student, right. Raz, yes, that's it. And that is you. Feel your energy expanding. Student, oh, it's so different. Raz, extremely. Yes, that it is dynamically you. That is who you truly are, all right? Student, and it is blackness, and I think I have some control on it, and Raz, all right. Student, I also know that I have some out of control on it at this point. Raz, so where do you feel the blackness? Student, I seem to think that I go into it rather than it into me. Now, I'm not sure of that. Raz, where do you feel it? Is it outside of you? Is it in you? Close your eyes. Feel the blackness. Where do you feel it? Student, I think in my lower stomach area, and then I let it engulf. Raz, good. So how do you think to feel? It is in your mind. Student, okay, the works. Raz, that you're experiencing the blackness? And what is that? Is the sense that there is nothing except blackness connected to money. And that is somehow that the blackness has to do with evil, and therefore the receiving of it is absolutely not allowed. There, you feel that shift? Turn it, yes, there. Turn it white. There, now feel your crown opening. Yes, and now that which you call the blackness can pour out. And that which is the reality of you is present. Notice the difference in your energy. As you've let go of the idea, the emotion of evil as a reality, because it is not a reality. It is only an interesting point of view. All right? Any other emotions? Student, I think my dominant emotion about money is ambivalence. Raz, ambivalence. Ambivalence, yes. Well, what is ambivalence? Where do you feel it? Student, I feel it in my solar plexus and my lower chakras. Raz, yes, ambivalence is about the unknowing of this plane. A sense that money belongs to something that you don't understand. You feel that shift in your lower chakras? Student, yes. Raz, that is the result of connecting to the fact that you are awareness. And as awareness, you are money. As awareness, you're also power, and all the chakras are connected onto energy, which is you. There, does ambivalence still exist for you? Student, no. Raz, good. Any other emotions? Student, I've got one. Raz, yes. I feel distaste and shame. Raz, very good emotions, distaste and shame. Where do you feel that? Student, I think I feel it. Raz, you think feelings? Student, no, in my stomach and my lungs. Raz, in your stomach and your lungs. So for you, money is breathing and eating. Shame. Now turn it out, move it out of your stomach. Turn it out, turn it out. You feel it? You feel the energy of your stomach chakra now opening. Student, yes. Raz, good. And what is your other emotion? Student, distaste. Raz, distaste in your lungs. Distaste because it means you must suffocate to get it. That you must suffocate yourself to get money from your point of view. Was that a reality? Student, yes. Raz, it is. Student, well, no. Raz, all right. Student, I recognize it as a being. Raz, how are you functioning? Student, yes. Raz, good. So turn that breath and exhale all of it. And now breathe in money. Good. And exhale shame. And inhale money through every pore of your body. and exhale distaste. Yes, now how does that feel? A little freer? Student, yes. Raz, good. Anybody else want to speak about emotions? Student, fear. Raz, fear. What other emotions? Student, anxiety and relief. Raz, money gives you relief. Student, yes. Raz, when? Student, well, when it comes to me. Raz, interesting point of view. Anxiety and fear. Let us take those first because they're the same. Where do you feel fear and anxiety? And which part of your body? Student, my stomach. R. Raz, stomach. All right, so push that out from your stomach. 3 feet out from in front of you. There, push it out. Now, what does it look like to you? Student, slimy and green. Raz, slimy. Student, yeah. Raz, yes, okay, so what is the reason that it is slimy and green? Student, because I can't control it. Raz, interesting point of view, no control. You see, you're not being I am control, are you? You're saying to yourself, I can't control, I am not in control. That is the underlying assumption from which you're functioning. I am not in control, I am not in control. So have you created, very well, fear and anxiety? Student, yes. Raz, good. You're a great and glorious creator. Well done. Do you congratulate yourself on your creativity? Student, with shame, yes. Raz, interesting point of view. Why with shame? Student, well, because I didn't know any better. Raz, yes, but it doesn't matter what you knew better. What does it matter? What does matter is that now you understand that you are the creator and you have done a magnificent job of creating, which means that you can choose differently and you can create a different result. Student, it takes discipline. Raz, discipline? No. Student, well, with luck. Raz, no. With power. You are energy as power. I am power. I am awareness. I am creativity. I am control. I am money. I am joy. All right? That is how you create change, by becoming the I am that you are instead of the I am that you have been. Begin to look at where you've created the viewpoint of solidity around money and what it feels like. And when you feel it impacted upon a body part, push it out from you. Push it out and ask yourself, what is this underlying point of view that I'm functioning from that I do not even see? And allow yourself to have the answer. And then allow that answer is just an interesting point of view after all anyway. What can you choose now? I choose, I am creativity, I am awareness, I am control, I am power, I am money. If you create, I am not. If you create, I can't, then you will not be able to. Also, congratulate yourself on what you've created. There's nothing wrong with what you've created. Accept your own judgment of it. If you were a bag lady on the street, would that be a better creation or a worse creation than what you currently have? Student, worse. Raz, interesting point of view. Student, well, not if you didn't know. Raz, that's right. Not if you did not know. Now that you do know that you have a choice, you can create. Now what happens if your next door neighbor tells you that you're not getting paid this week because I'm taking all your money to pay for the fence that you busted? Student, interesting point of view. Raz, exactly. It is an interesting point of view, that is all. If you become resistance or reaction to it, make it a solidity, and then your neighbor will take the money. Student, wait, so what you're telling us is that when somebody comes up with a negative, Raz, with any point of view about money? Student, all right. Oh, that's an interesting point of view. Raz, yes. Feel your energy when you do that. Student, okay, and then I go right into the I ams. Raz, yes. Student, I got it, the light has dawned. Raz, and when you feel impacted on the body, a particular point of view, an anxiety or a fear, what is that about? Student, you have to take it out and push it away from you. Yes, says Raz, and when you feel anxiety and fear in your stomach, are you talking about not being fed amply? Student, no. Raz, are you talking about not being nurtured? So what are you talking about? Body is what you're talking about. You feel money as a function of your body, as though it is a third-dimensional reality. Is money a third-dimensional reality? Student, no. Raz, no, it is not. Yet you try to make it so. Look at your points of view about money. It is security, it is a house, it is bills, it is food, it is shelter, it is clothes. Is that true? Student, well, that's what you buy with it. Raz, yeah, that is what you buy with it. But you do that by choice, do you not? Student, oh, necessity. Raz, that's what you're choosing in that 10 seconds. Necessity, huh? Interesting point of view. Do you choose the clothes that you wear by necessity? Student, yes. Raz, you do? Student, yes, I do. Raz, you don't choose them because they're pretty or because they make you look good? Student, well, most of the time they're to keep me warm. Raz, what about in the summer when you wear a bikini? Student, cool, then I'm looking good. Raz, right, so you make choices, not a necessity, but what you wish to feel, yes? Feel. Student, yes, but you do need. Raz, but. Throw that word away. Student, yikes. You do have to have shoes and you still have, Raz, how come you have to have shoes? You can walk barefoot. Student, well, maybe I can, but Raz, sure you can. Student, but I need them. It's cold out there. Raz, need, huh? Student, underwear and socks. Raz, need, huh? Student, but you have to have. Raz, who said? How do you know you cannot talk to your body and ask it to make yourself warmer? Student, then what about, Raz, you as a being do not even need the body? Student, well, that would be cool. Raz, that is cool. Well, says the student, you have to have food. You wear shoes. Raz, we do not wear anything. Gary wears shoes, but that's because he's a wimp. You will not walk in the snow without them. Class laughs. Raz, he thinks it's cold. Student, it is too. Raz, well, that is an interesting point of view. You should try Siberia if you want cold. Student, and your children, when they're hungry. Raz, how many times have you had your children hungry? Student, a couple of times. Raz, and how long did they go hungry? Student, for the night. Raz, and what did you do? Student, I got money from my father. Raz, you created, did you not? Student, yes. Raz, did you congratulate yourself upon your creative ability? Student, well, I thanked my father. Raz, well, that is one way to create. Creating. Creativity is being the awareness of self. Be I am creativity. Be I am awareness. Be I am power. Be I am control. Be I am money. Be I am joy. You are resisting but, need, why, you must, it's a necessity, are all points of view of I cannot have and I don't deserve. These are the underlying places that you're functioning from. Those are the points of view that are creating your life. Is this where you wish to create from? Student, well, I can see that in every aspect but money. Raz, yes, but money, because you see money as different. What do you see money as? The root of all evil? Student, yeah. Raz, whose point of view is that? In truth, it's not your own. It is one you bought. The devil made me do it, eh? You see, it is a reality that you're creating it as different, not as part of your creativity. Student, so if you say to yourself all of the I ams, it's going to put money in my pocket? Raz, it's going to start to come in your pocket. Every time you doubt, you chip away at the foundation that you're creating. Let us put it this way. How many times have you said, I want money? Student, every day? Raz, every day. I want money. So you're saying, I lack money. What have you created? Student, but it's true. Raz, that's true. No, it's only an interesting point of view. You've created exactly what you have said. I want money. Now, you did it unconsciously, but you did create. Student, well, how about if I wanted to hit the lottery? Raz, if you lacked, quote unquote, hitting the lottery, that is exactly what you would create. The lack of hitting the lottery. Student, the power of perception is what we're saying. Raz, the power of your words, of your awareness, creates the reality of your world. You want a simple exercise? Say, I don't want money. Student, can we choose something else instead? Raz, say, I don't want money. Student, I don't want money. Raz, say, I don't want money. Student, I don't want money. Raz, say, I don't want money. Student, I don't want money. Raz, say, I don't want money. Student, I don't want money. Oh, that sounds negative to me. Raz, really? I don't lack money is negative? Student, but we do want money. Raz, you don't want money. That is right. I don't want money. Feel the energy of it. Feel how you feel as you say it. I don't want money. Want means to lack, and you keep trying to hold on to the definition. I am money. You cannot be, I have money. You cannot have something that you are not being. You are already being creativity as I want money. And so you've created an abundance of lack, have you not? Student, yes. Raz, good. So can you say now, I don't want money? Student, I don't want money. 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 Raz, now feel your energy. You're lighter. So you feel that? Student, yes. I'm dizzy. Raz, you're dizzy because what you've created is a breaking down of the structures of reality as you've created it. You all have it. Say to yourselves and feel that you get lighter and more laughter in your life as you say, I don't want money. Student, can you say, I am rich? Raz, no. What is rich? Student, happiness. Raz, really? You think Donald Trump is happy? Student, no, not money rich. Student, another student, oh, like money controls what we have to? Raz, that is an interesting point of view. Where'd you get that one? Student, because, Raz, where did you get that point of view? Student, well, I got that idea from thinking the, Raz, see, it is that thinking thing. You get in trouble. Did it feel good? Student, no. Raz, no, it doesn't feel good. It is not true. If you say, I am rich, does it feel good? Student, it would feel great. Raz, oh, interesting point of view. It would feel good. How do you know? Have you been rich? Student, well, I had money when I, Raz, have you been rich? Student, no. Raz, no. Can you be rich? Student, yes. Raz, really? How can you be rich when you can only say, if I was? You see, you're looking at the future and an expectation of it and what it should be, not what is. Student, it's like you have a boss that's going to pay you and you have to do what he says and you have to, Raz, do you have a boss that is paying you? Student, well, not at the moment, but Raz, that is not true. You have a boss that is paying you, and she's not paying you very well because she's not taking any money for what she can do. You are it, honey. You are your boss. Create your business, create your life, and allow it to come to you. You are sticking yourself in the closet and saying, I can't. Who's creating that point of view? What happens if you say, I can, and yes, I understand, instead of I can't and I don't understand? What happens to your energy? Feel your energy. Student, well, I'm just stuck in the point where the kids can't eat without money. Raz, who said you would be without money? You did. You assumed you would have no money unless you did something that you hate. How often do you look at work as fun? Student, never. Raz, that's the point of view. That's the underlying point of view. And yet you say, my work is working with a crystal ball. So you never see yourself as having fun. Do you love what you do? Student, yes. Raz, so how come if you do what you love, you cannot allow yourself to receive? Student, well, I don't know enough yet. I need more information. Raz, you do not need more information. You have at your disposal 10,000 lifetimes of being a crystal ball reader. Now what have you got to say about learning besides, oh shit? Class laughs. Raz, busted, and you don't have any place to go now to hide. Student, so I read what I saw in the crystal ball and it was inaccurate and I felt like an asshole. Raz, yes. How do you know it would be inaccurate? Student, well. Raz, well. Student, I don't know. Raz, so will they come back again? Student, I don't know. Raz, and when you do it for the next person and you do it right, will they come back again? Student, yes. I don't have to say yes. Raz, so how come you say you don't know already? Who are you lying to? Student, what? Raz, who are you lying to? Student, well, it's Raz, who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? Student, I swear to you, I don't know what I'm seeing. Raz, that is not true. That is not true. How come you have customers who come back to you who think, student, I got it right. Raz, yes. Yes, that you got it right. What makes you think you're not getting it right all the time? How many customers do you have who do not come back to you? Student, none. Raz, boy, now this is a hard case. She takes lots of convincing, doesn't she? She is definitely going to make sure she has no money and no abundance and no prosperity in her life. Interesting boss you have. Not only do you not pay yourself well, you do not even acknowledge yourself as having enough business. Since to know that you're doing well, you've created customers who come back again and again and again. You know how many customers it would take an increase to give you abundance in your life? Student, well, maybe 30 more a week. Raz, good. So can you allow 30 more a week to come into your space? Student, yes, no problem. Raz, no problem. Student, no problem. Raz, You sure? Student, yes, I'm positive on that. Raz, good. So can you allow yourself to have $100,000? $1,000,000? Student, yes. Raz, $10,000,000? Student, yes. Raz, good. You've shifted a little bit now. Thank you very much. We're all appreciative. You are a creator, a great and glorious creator. Congratulate yourself on every time you complete a reading that you love. And do your work from love. Be not work. Be fun. You are having fun with what you do. You're not having work. Work feels like shit. Fun is fun and you can do it forever. You create what it is, no one else. You can pump gas and have fun. You can wash windows and have fun. You can clean toilets and have fun. And you will get paid for it and you will have great and glorious prosperity. But only if you're having fun with it. If you see it as work, you've already created it as something that you hate. Because that is what this plane is all about. Work is hardship, difficulty, and pain. Interesting point of view, eh? Student, well, what if you don't know what you want to do? Raz, but you do. Student, I do, but before, I didn't know before I got led to it. Raz, and how did you get led to the ball? You allowed yourself to connect intuition and sight, and you asked the cosmos to match your vision and to give you what you desired. You created as vision. You had the power of your being, the knowing as awareness, the certainty that it would occur, and the control to allow the universe to provide for you. So you have already the 4 elements to be I am money. You got it?
Chapter 4. What does money feel like to you? Raz, good. So the next question. Who wishes to volunteer for the next question? Student, I will. Raz, yes. What is the next question? Student, what does money feel like to you? Raz, well, what does it feel like? Yes, this is correct. Student, then that's different than the emotions you feel about money? Raz, well, not necessarily. Student, I said, quote unquote, oh great. Raz, so what does money feel like to you? Student, well, right now it feels very confused. Raz, is like confused. Do you feel that money, that confusion, is an emotion? Student, well, an emotion and a thought. Raz, it is a state of mind, yes. Student, yes. Raz, so remember when we spoke about that which was the dizziness? Student, yes. Raz, did you open your crown chakra and allow it to move out? Confusion is a created image of money. So what assumption would you have to have confusion? You would have to assume that you do not know, and the assumption would be, I don't know, and I should know. Student, well, that's why I feel confused. Raz, that's right. I do not know. I should know. These are opposing points of view which create confusion, and they are only interesting points of view. Now feel that shift when you say that about each of them. I should know. I don't know. Interesting points of view. I don't know. Interesting point of view. I should know. How does the confusion feel now? Student, well, except for the fact that Raz, of course. Student, well, for me right now, it seems very unreal in the sense that the perspectives for me are money and energy, power, and creativeness in their purity. And that seems very clear when I'm not dealing with money, when I don't have to have some. Raz, well, what is the assumption from which you're functioning? Student, that there is some reality not understood. Raz, exactly so. Student, well, that's the real problem. Raz, that is not the problem. That is the assumption from which you function, which says to you automatically that it is different from the reality of you. Your assumption is that the physical reality is not the same as spiritual reality, as the reality of who you truly are. That purity does not exist on this plane, that you can never bring that purity onto this plane. Student, and that's right. Raz, those are assumptions. Those are false assumptions from which you've created your reality. Student, well, it's also confused by the fact that there seem to be other beings that have different realities and that there isn't any confusion to other people, it seems. I mean, the people themselves, the viewpoints of other people, the people on my street, the people at the store, Raz, and what is that about that you're speaking of? That there are other realities, that other people have different realities? Oh, yes, there are some. Student, from a different point of view, and that, Raz, is there anybody here who does not identify with what she has said? They all have the same point of view that you do. Student, you mean they're all confused? Raz, yes. They all think that you cannot bring to reality that which is the spiritual world into the physical reality. And every man on the street has exactly the same point of view. And only those who do not buy that point of view, who do not assume that it is absolutely impossible, are able to create. And even they are only able to create in small ways their reality. If you focus your life upon making money and your sole goal in life is to be Donald Trump, Bill Gates, that does not matter. Same image, same person, different body, same person. Their life is about making money. Everything they do is about money. Why do they have to make so much money? Because like you, they're sure they're going to run out of it next week. Student, it's not just a game for them? Raz, no, it is not just a game for them. They are functioning from the point of view that there's not enough and they will never have enough, no matter what they do. It's just a different standard, that is all. Student, you're saying these people do not feel a certain freedom from their fortunes? Raz, you think Donald Trump has freedom? Student, well, to some extent, I think so. Raz, really? He's able to drive in a limousine. Does that give him freedom? Or does that mean he has to have bodyguards to safety him from everybody around him who's trying to take money from him? Does it give him freedom to have 27 people who are trying to get money out of him every day? Student, well, it gives the illusion of freedom. Raz, no. It gives you the illusion that this is freedom. You only think it is freedom because you do not have it. He is no more free than you. He's just has more money to spend on things that he does not need. You think it makes him a bigger spirit because he has more money? Student, no, surely not. Raz, does it make him a lesser spirit? Student, no. Raz, interesting point of view there you guys got. You were all thinking it. You just didn't have the nerve to say it. Quote unquote, well, that makes him worse because he has money. Student, yeah, you're right. Raz, yes, that is what you were thinking. You did not say it, but you thought it. Student, well, that makes some people control everything around him. Raz, really? Yes, he is controlling. He's controlling the sun, the moon, the stars. He has total control of those things. Student, but controlling people are not, Raz, oh, controlling people. So that is your standard of greatness. Student, that's not my standard. No, that's not my standard. We're talking about Gates and his acquisitions and Trump and his acquisitions to determine his control. Raz, is he being controlled in truth? Student, no, Raz, or is he controlled by his need for money? His life is totally boxed in by the necessity of creating more and more and more money, because that is the only way that he feels adequate. Student, but I also think that the energy that he puts out to absorb, Raz, all right, you have another word that you are going to personally put into your vocabulary to eliminate. Student, what? Raz, but. Student, but. Raz, but. Every time somebody tells you something, you get a but out. Student, this is true for, it is true for many of you, for most of you, that when you're given a piece of information, you instantly start to create an opposite point of view because it does not align or agree with you, because it does not align or agree, because it is resistance on your part to allow it to be, or because you're in reaction to it. After all, it is only an interesting point of view that this man is run by money. Student, well, that is what I wanted to say, but Raz, no, you have another point of view, as an interesting point of view, and that is all it is. Student, yes, I'm learning that. Raz, it is of no value. Every time you create a consideration about money, you create a limitation upon yourself. And every time you tell somebody else what your point of view is, you create a limitation upon them. You wish to create freedom? Then be freedom. Freedom is no consideration at all. What would the world look like if you manifested all of life with ease and joy and glory and with no consideration about limitation at all? If you had unlimited thought and unlimited ability and unlimited allowance, would there be graffiti? Would there be homeless? Would there be war? Would there be devastation? Would there be blizzards? Student, so what's the difference? Wouldn't there be weather? Raz, if you had no consideration about blizzards, there would be weather. There would not have to be snowstorms. Listen to your television set. When it comes close to the time when there's going to be snow coming to you, yes, they manifest. They go on talking about what a great storm it's going to be. The storm of 96, the second storm of 96 is going to be a great and glorious blizzard here, and it is going to be devastation, and you better get to the store and buy more right away. How many of you buy that point of view and start to create your life from it? Student, well, not the buying. I could spend the afternoon in the park. Raz, you bought the point of view. That is what we're talking about. You instantly decided it was true. Do not listen to your television sets. Get rid of them, or watch only those programs that are totally brainless. Watch Scooby-Doo. Watch cartoons. More interesting point of view on them. You listen to the news. You're going to be very depressed, and you're going to have many ideas about what money is. All right, so where were we? Okay, let us go back here. Confusion. You understand about the confusion now? Student, no. Raz, all right. Well, what more do you wish to understand here? You are creating the confusion. Student, who am I? Am I a body? Are you here? Is there someone else here? Is there a reality? Is there any difference? What the hell is existence? Are you, or is everything pure energy and there's no separation between spirit and soul and consciousness? And that this is it? Is it? Is it? There's nothing to be said about anything. So all the suffering and all the sorrow and all the illusion and all the separation and all of the confusion, well, what is that? What? Raz, creation. Student, right. Raz, you have created. Student, so on this level, we create something that humans, which is a creation, and this ego self, which is a creation, considers that there's something called money and location, which is a creation, which means that if we're on Wall Street or we're doing the US history of 1996 of New York City, then we're all agreeing that you and these other people coexist together. I don't understand this. Raz, why do you not understand? Student, everybody else is you and you are everybody else. Raz, you are creating yourself as separate. You are creating yourself as different. You are creating yourself as debilitated, and you're creating yourself as anger. Student, I'm so frustrated. Raz, yes, but it is really anger underneath. Student, yes. Raz, because you feel powerless. That is the basic assumption from which you're functioning. And that is always the basic assumption of confusion. Every confusion is based on the idea that you have no power and you have no ability. Student, but I don't. Raz, you do. Student, well, I feel I don't. Raz, look at your life. Look at your life. What have you created? Did you start out with a magnificent amount of money? Did you start out with a palace and lose it all? Or did you create and then get into confusion about it and then get into doubt about it and get into feeling powerless to do or know how to control it, and then it began to fall away from you because you were creating confusion and you were creating doubt about yourself? Yes, that is where your life went, but none of it is the truth of you. You as a being have total power to create your life, and you can and you will, and it will come together in more magnificent ways than you can even imagine. But it will come from you having faith, and this is for all of you. Faith in yourself, faith in knowing that you have created the reality that exists now, and the awareness that you are willing to change it, that you do not desire to be that any longer. That's all it takes, the willingness to allow it to be different. Student, so if life changes, does that mean that it's confused consciousness that creates more Bosnias and homeless people? Where does that consciousness go? Where do the dark entities that I may have created, or some other portion of me that's been so separated from views that's on the television set, which I see, or the homeless person, where does that go if I say, well, it's not in my reality, I don't believe in it, and I don't choose that anymore? Raz, it's not a matter. You see, you're doing that from resistance. Student, right. Raz, right. For change to occur, you must function in allowance. Allowance, not resistance, not reaction, not alignment, not agreement. Allowance is, student, well, I'm willing to allow it. I just want to understand where, Raz, you are functioning at resistance because you're trying to understand from something that does not really exist. That other people, in their own free will and choice, are also creating from something that does not exist, a continuation of acceptance, alignment or agreement, reaction or resistance. Those are the functional elements of your world. You, in order to change it, must function from allowance. And every time that you are in allowance, you change all of those around you. Every time somebody comes at you with a strong point of view, you can say, interesting point of view, and be an allowance of it. You've shifted the consciousness of the world because you've not bought it. You've not made it more solid. You've not gone into agreement with it. You've not resisted it. You've not reacted to it. You've not made it reality. You've allowed reality to shift and change. Only allowance creates change. And you must allow yourself as much as you allow others. Otherwise, you've bought the store and you're paying for it with your credit cards. Student, so does that become the total pacificity for the world? Raz, absolutely not. Let us do this. All of you think about this for a minute. But you, student, you be the guinea pig here, okay? All right. So you have 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What are you going to choose? Okay. Your life is up. You did not make a choice. You have 10 seconds to live the rest of your life. What do you choose? Student, I choose not to choose. Raz, you're choosing not to choose, but you see you can choose anything. If you begin to realize that you only have 10 seconds to create from, 10 seconds is all it takes to create reality. 10 seconds, less than that in trust, but for right now, that is the increment from which you must function. If you function from 10 seconds, would you choose joy or sadness? Student, well, I'd have to take sadness. Raz, exactly so. You see, you've created your reality from the choice of sadness. And when you choose from the past, or you choose from the expectation of the future, you've not made any choice at all. You've not lived, and you're not living your life. You are existing as a monumental, monolithic limitation. Interesting point of view, hey? Student, yes. Raz, all right, so what is your next answer? Number 2 on your list of what was the question? We've forgotten. Student, what does money feel like to you? Raz, what does money feel like to you? Yes, thanks. Student, to me, the bottom line, I guess, on this plane is fight in prison. Ah, yes. Very interesting point of view, hey? Money feels like fight in prison. Well, that certainly describes everybody in this room. Is there anybody who does not see that as the reality of what they've created? Student, fight in prison? Raz, yes. Student, I don't. Raz, you don't see that? Student, well, a little bit. I don't understand what that means, actually. Raz, you're not fighting constantly to get money? Student, oh, all right. Raz, and you do not feel that it is a prison, that you do not have enough? Student, I give up. Raz, fine. Student, we must all be in a similar reality. Raz, you are all living the same reality. So do we need to make even a comment about this? Student, well, yeah, what about this one with his barter system? Raz, well, is that not a small prison of its own? Student, well, I don't know for sure. How do you feel about it? The other student that was pointed at with the barter system says, yes, it is. Raz, yes, it is. You see, everybody has their own point of view. You're looking at him and seeing his reality as freedom, but he's looking at Donald Trump as freedom. Student, okay, you're saying, do we have to talk about it? Well, how does this kind of go with it? Raz, allowance. Interesting point of view, hey? That I feel imprisoned by money, that it feels like prison to me. Does it feel like velvet to you? Does it feel like expansion to you? No, it feels like diminishment. Is that a reality? Or is that what you've chosen and how you've chosen to create your life? It is how you've chosen to create your life. It is not more a reality than the walls, but you have decided that they are real and that they keep the cold out, and so they work. So, also, do you make your limitations about money with the same sort of solidity? Begin to function in allowance. Allowance, that is your ticket to get out of the trap that you have created. All right, next question. Chapter 5, what does money look like to you? Raz, all right, next question. What does money look like to you? Student, green and gold and silver. Raz, so it has color, it has conformity, it has solidity. Well, is that the truth of it? Student, no. Raz, no. Money is just energy, that is all it is. The form that it takes in the physical universe, you've made as a significance and a solidity, and around it, do you create a solidity of your own world, which creates a disability to have it. If it is only gold or silver that you see, then you better have lots of chains around your neck. And if it is green, if you wear green clothes, do you have money? Student, no. Raz, no. So it is that you must see money not as a form, but as an awareness of energy, because this is the lightness from which you can create the totality of it in abundance. Student, how do you see energy? Raz, just as you felt it when you pulled it into every pore of your body. That is how you see energy. You see energy with the feeling of awareness. All right? Student, yes. Raz, next question. Chapter 6, what does money taste like to you? Raz, now the next question. What is the next question? Student, what does it taste like? Raz, good. Well, who wishes to answer that one? This should be fun. Student, money tastes like rich, dark chocolate. Raz, interesting point of view, hey? Another student, paper, ink, and dirt. Raz, paper, ink, and dirt. Interesting point of view. Student, dirty blindfold. Another student, my taste buds on the side of my mouth start to salivate. Raz, yes. Another student, sweet and watery. Another student, slippery filth and barn marbles and peach trees. Raz, good, all right, so it tastes very interesting to you people, hey? Notice that money tastes more interesting to you than it feels. It has more variation in it. Why do you think that is? Because you've created it as your bodily function. For this student, money's about eating. Eating chocolate, yes? As you see, everybody has a point of view about how money tastes like something. It's slippery, it's interesting, it goes across your tongue easily. Does it go down easily? Student, no. Raz, interesting point of view. Why does it not go down easily? Student, it sticks. Raz, interesting point of view. Hard, chunky, crunchy. Really interesting points of view you have about money. Student, but it's all the same point of view. Raz, it is all the same point of view. It is about the body. Student, even though it seems different, Raz, even though it seems different. Student, she said chocolate and I said bitter, but that's the same. Raz, that is the same. It is about the body. It has to do with your body. Student, the tasting does. Raz, really? Student, yes. Raz, you cannot have taste out of the body? Student, well, not on an English sandwich. Raz, but money. The point of it was that money is a function that you see as a bodily function. You see it as a third-dimensional reality, not as a reality of creation. You see it as something, as solid and real and substantial, as something that has taste and form and structure, and therefore it has a particular kind of attitude that goes with it. But if it is energy, it is lightness and ease. If it is body, it is heavy and significant. And heavy and significant is where you've created it, is it not? Student, yes. Is that not where all your viewpoints come from? Student, so as you asked about taste, we went into assumptions again. Raz, assumptions. You instantly assumed that it was body, that it is where you live, that it is how you function. You know, it is slippery, it is dirty, it is all kinds of things, it is germ-ridden. What an interesting point of view about money. Student, well, sometimes it's warm and cool. Raz, warm and cool. Is it really that? Student, well, there's like another one. It has this trust factor behind it so that you hold this gold standard like. Raz, that is a point of view, a consideration that you bought. Is it a reality? Not anymore. Is there anything behind money? Pick up a dollar bill. What do you see behind it? Student, air. Raz, nothing. Air, lots of air. That's all that is behind it. Student, a lot of hot air. Raz, a lot of hot air. Exactly so. And when you listen to people talking about money, do they create it as the hot air? Do they speak of it as hot air? Yes, but how do they create it? It is very significant and heavy and massy, is it not? Weighs on you like a ton of bricks. Is that reality? Is that how you wish to create it for yourselves? Good. So begin to look at it. Feel it. Feel every time you hear a consideration come at you about money. This is your homework part along with all the other of this. Every time you feel the energy of some consideration, idea, belief, decision, or attitude about money, feel where it hits in your body. Feel the weight of it and turn it to light. Turn it to light. It is only an interesting point of view. And it is only an interesting point of view. That is all it is. An interesting point of view. It is not a reality. But very quickly, you'll begin to see how your life has been creating the money flows in it from your very will, participation in buying everybody else's point of view. Where are you in that configuration? You've gone. You've diminished yourself. You've let yourself disappear and you've become a lackey, a slave to that which you call money. It is no more a truth than the air that you breathe is the truth. It is no more significant than taking a breath. And it is no more significant than seeing the flowers. Flowers bring you joy, right? You look at flowers, it brings you joy. When you look at money, what do you get? Depressed. There's not as much there as I wished for. Never do you give gratitude for the money you have, do you? Student, no. Raz, get $100 and you go, oh, this will pay a bill. Oh, damn it, I wish I had more. Instead of going, whoa, did I manifest something good or not? You do not celebrate what you create. You go, oops, I didn't make enough again. What does that say? How does that manifest in your life? If you look at the bill, if you find a dollar bill on the ground, you pick it up and you put it in your pocket and you think, oh, I am lucky today. Do you think, boy, I did a great job manifesting? Did I do a great job of creating some money flows for me? No, because it wasn't $10,000, which is what you think you need. That need word again. Student, well, what does money taste like? Raz, what does it taste like? Student, dirty. Raz, dirty. Well, no wonder you don't have any money. Another student, sweet. Raz, sweet. You have more money. Another student, good. Raz, good. Tastes good. You get a little money in your stocking as well. Student, like water. Raz, like water. Goes pretty quick, like water, huh? Right through the bladder. What other points of view? No others? Nobody else has any other points of view about money? Student, yucky. Raz, yucky. When was the last time you tasted money? Student, as a kid. Raz, right, because you were told as a little child that it was dirty. Don't put it in your mouth, because you bought the point of view that money was yucky. You bought the point of view that it was not goodness and that it was not energy, but that it was something to be shunned because it was dirty, because it did not provide for you as a goodness. You bought that very young and you've retained that point of view forever. Can you choose different now? Student, yes. Raz, good. So allow yourself to have the reality that it is only an interesting point of view. Whatever money tastes like, it's not a solidity. It is an energy, and you are energy too. All right? Have you created your world around the points of view of money that you have? It's dirty, it's yucky. Do you have limited amounts of money because you don't wish to be a dirty person? Sometimes it's more fun to be dirty. It was in my lifetime. Chapter 7. When you see money coming towards you, from which direction do you feel it coming? Raz, all right. So now the next question. What is the next question? Student, what direction do you see money coming from? Raz, good. What direction do you see money coming from? Student, in front. Raz, front. It's always in the future, eh? You're going to have it sometime in the future. You're going to be very rich. We all know that. Student, but sometimes I see it coming out of nowhere. Raz, out of nowhere is a better place, but nowhere. Where is nowhere? Out of anywhere is a better place to have it coming from. Student, how about everywhere but up? Raz, well, why are you limiting it? Student, I know, I never thought of that. Raz, never thought it was okay for rain to come as... Student, no, rain I saw, but I didn't think it was coming up from the ground, your own money tree. Raz, yes, let money grow everywhere for you. Money can come from anywhere. Money is always there. Now feel the energy in this room. You're starting to create as money. Feel the difference in your energies. Class, yes. Raz, where do you see it coming from? Student, my husband. Class laughs. Raz, my husband. Others, what else? Student, career. Raz, career, hard work. What points of view are you talking about here? If you're looking for it from some other person, where's that person located? In front of you? Beside you? Behind you? Student, behind me. Raz, if it's your ex-husband. Student, it is. Raz, yes, so you are looking to the past from him to get your life. Is that where you've created from? Student, no, but I think... Raz, yes, all right, you're lying. First of all, take all the places that are in this room and draw energy from this room in through the front of you, through every pore of your body. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Good. And now pull it in from the back of you, through every pore of your body. Good. Keep pulling. Yes. And now pull it in from the sides of you through every pore of your body. And now pull it in from the bottom of you through every pore of your body. And pull it in from the top of you through every pore of your body. Keep pulling, pulling. And now you have energy coming in from everywhere. And money is but another form of energy. Keep pulling and turn it into money now, coming in through every pore of you from every direction. Notice how you made it more solid, most of you. Now make it light, make it energy. And again, energy that you are receiving. And now make it money. Good. Well, that is better. That is how you become money. You flow it out through every pore of your body. Do not see it coming from other people. Do not see it coming from other space. Do not see it coming from work. Just allow it to flow in. And now stop the flow from every part of your body. And now we wish you to flow energy out the front of you as much as you can. Flow it out, flow it out, flow it out, flow it out, flow it out. Is your energy diminishing? No, it is not. Feel at the back of you. Energy is coming in as you flow it out the front. There's no end to energy. It continues to flow, as does money. Now pull energy into every pore of your body from every place. Yes, right there. And now notice that as you are pulling it in from everywhere, it is also going out from everywhere. It is not a stagnant thing. Now turn it into money, and you will begin to see money flying around everywhere, everywhere around you. Yes, it goes in and out and around and through. It continues to move. It is energy like you. It is you, and you are it. There, like that. All right, now stop the flowing. Now, flow money, hundreds of dollars to anybody else in this room, in front of you. Flow it out, massive amounts of money. See them gaining massive amounts of money. Flow it out, flow it out, flow it out, flow it out. Now notice you're still pulling in energy in the back. And if you allow, as much energy will come in the back as you flow out the front, and you're still doing it as money. This gives you an idea. When you think that you've not enough money to pay a bill and it is a hardship to flow out the money, it is because you have closed down the backside of you and you're not willing to receive it. Money flows in as it flows out. And when you block it by your point of view that there will not be enough tomorrow, you've created a disability in yourself. You have no disability but the ones you personally create. All right. Everybody got that one? Next question. Chapter 8. In relationship to money, do you feel you have more than you need or less than you need? Raz. All right, next question. Student, in relationship to money. Raz. All right, next question. Student, in relationship to money, how do I feel? I have more than I need or less than I need? Raz, yes. So in relationship to money, do you feel you have more than you need or less than you need? Student, less. Another student, I'd have to say less. Another student, everybody said less. Raz, yes. Well, that is a given, hey? There is not one of you who thinks you have enough. Raz, well, that is a given, eh? There's not one of you who thinks you have enough. And because you always see it as a need, what are you always going to create? Need, not enough. Student, but how about paying the bills tomorrow? Raz, yes, you see, you're always looking about how you're going to pay the bill tomorrow. Exactly so, thank you very much. It's always about how you're going to pay that thing tomorrow. Today, you have enough, yes? Student, I'm okay. Raz, I'm okay. Who's saying that? Interesting point of view you have there, I'm okay. I am great, I am glorious, and you create more now. My money's wondrous. I love this much money. I can have as much as I desire. Allow it to come in. Be grateful for the fact you have it today. Do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day. You manifest new things. Opportunities come to you, right? Now the mantra, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Class repeats the mantra several times. So hey, let's repeat the mantra several times. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Good, now feel that energy. Is it not the same as I am power, I am awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I am money? Student, and love? Raz, and love. But you are always love. You've always been love, and you always will be love. That is a given. Student, why is it? Raz, why is it a given? How do you think you created yourself in the first place? From love. You came into this place with love. The only person you do not give love to with ease is yourself. Be that loving to yourself, and you are money, and you are joy, and you are ease. Chapter 9, in relationship to money, when you close your eyes, what color is it and how many dimensions does it have? Raz, so in relationship to money, when you close your eyes, what color is it and how many dimensions does it have? Anybody? Student, 3 dimensions. Raz, blue and 3 dimensions, hey? Student, multidimensional? Another student, green and 2. Another student, green and 3. Raz, interesting that it is only 2-dimensional for the most of you. Few of you have multidimensional. Some of you have 3. Student, I have wide open space. Raz, wide open space is a little bit better. Wide open space is where money should be. Feel the energy of that. Then money can come from anywhere, can it not? And it is everywhere. When you see money as wide open space, there's no scarcity, is there? There's no diminishment of it. It has no form. It has no structure. It has no significance. Student, and no color? Raz, and no color. Because all right, if you're looking at a United States dollar, well, how about gold? Is that green and have 3 sides? No. And how about silver? Well, that is iridescent sometimes, but even that is not enough. And is it liquid? You have liquid colors? Student, no. Well, what about the man in the store? Well, in what way would you wish to speak to him? You're going to the store to buy what assumption? Student, it's expensive. Raz, yes, it is wide open spaces, but you were talking about allowing yourself to have so much money come into you that you never think about it. Never think about money. When you go to the store, do you look at the prices of each and every item you buy and add it all up to see how much, to see if you have enough money to spend? Student, sometimes I'm afraid to open my credit card statements. Raz, exactly. Do not open those credit card statements if you do not wish to know how much money you owe, because you know you've not enough money to pay them. Automatically, you have assumed that. Student, I just don't want to look at it. Raz, don't want? Student, to look at it. Raz, write it down, write it down. Student, want, want, want. Raz, want, want, write it down, rip it up. No more want, no more need, not allowed, okay? Chapter 10, in relationship to money, what is easier, inflow or outflow? Raz, all right, now next question. Student, in relationship to money, what is easier, inflow or outflow? Raz, is there one person here who said inflow is easier? Student, if they did, they lie. I know I didn't. Raz, right. Considering the fact that you do not look at your credit card debts, it definitely was not the truth. Student, I'm not sure which. Raz, I'm not sure. Interesting point of view, hey? All right, so for all of you, the idea that money flows out is often the most significant point of view that you hold on to. It is so easy to spend money. It is so hard to work. I have to work hard to make my money. Interesting point of view, hey? Now who's creating those points of view? You are. So feel money, feel energy coming into your body. All right, it's coming in from everywhere. Feel it coming in and in and in. All right, now flow energy out the front of you and feel it coming in the back and allow it to be equal. Now feel hundreds of dollars going out the front of you and hundreds of dollars coming in the back of you. Good. Now feel thousands of dollars going out the front of you and feel thousands of dollars coming in the back of you. Notice how most of you got a little solid on that one. Lighten up, it's just money. It's not significant, and you do not even have to put it out of your pocket at this point. Now let millions of dollars flow out the front of you and millions of dollars flow in the back. Notice it is more easy to flow millions of dollars than it is to flow thousands of dollars because you've created a significance about how much money you can have. And when you get to millions, there's no significance left. Student, why? Raz, because you don't think you're going to have millions, so it's irrelevant. Student, well, I had more trouble letting money come in the back. Maybe I think I'm going to. Raz, maybe, but you're definitely more willing to let your money flow out than you are willing to let it flow in. That is another interesting point of view, hey? Now, energy out equals energy in. Yes, of sorts, but there is no limitation to energy and there's no limitation to money except those that you yourself create. You are in charge of your life. You create it, and you create it by your choices and your unconscious thoughts, your assumed points of view that oppose you. And you do it from the place of thinking that you are no power, that you have no power, and that you cannot be the energy that you are. Chapter 11. What are your 3 worst problems with money? Raz. Now, what is the next question? Student. What are your 3 worst problems with money? Raz. Oh, this is a good one. Who wishes to volunteer for that one? Student. I will. Raz. All right, over here, yes. Student. I'm very fearful of not having any money. Raz. Ah, yes. Well, we've talked about fear, okay? So do we need to cover that more? Everybody pretty clear about that now? Okay. Next. Student. I want to buy lots of things. Raz. Ah, interesting point of view, buying lots of things. What do you get by buying lots of things? Ah, lots to do, lots to take care of. You fill up your life with lots of things. Now, how light do you feel? Student, well, burdened, and then I find myself giving them away to neighbors, birthdays. Raz, yes. So what is the value of buying lots of things? Student, it's in my blood. Raz, so how come that is one of your considerations? Student, because it bothers me. Raz, it bothers you that you buy? Student, yes. Raz, good. So how do you overcome the desire to buy? By being power, by being awareness, by being control, and by being creativity. And as you come to the place in which you feel you need to buy, the reason you're buying is because you assume you have not enough energy. Bring energy into you. If you wish to break the buying habit, give money to the homeless person on the street or send it to a charity or give it to a friend. Because what you've done is you have decided you have too much money coming in. And so you must make sure that you equalize the flow from your point of view. You see how you're doing that? A student, yeah, I actually have too much inflow. Raz, yes. So can there be too much inflow as opposed to outflow? No, it is a created reality. And what you are existing there and what you are assuming is that you are not spiritual. You're not connected to your God force if you have too much of it. It does not matter in truth. What does matter is the choices that you make about how you create your life. If you create as energy, if you create as power, if you create as awareness, and if you create as control, you will have joy in your life, which is what you're trying to create in the first place. Ease and joy and glory. This is what you desire. This is what you're after, and this is where you're going. And this is what you will achieve if you follow the directions that we've given you tonight. All right, now we've covered all these questions. Student, well, just the same thing. If I have the money and I feel like, well, somebody else doesn't have this, and so I should give it to them, and so then I don't have as much, or I worry about it. Raz, so what if you give them energy? Student, give them energy instead of giving them money? Raz, yes, it is the same. Student, so when the guy's begging in the subway, you just, Raz, well, you have just. Student, they ask for $1 and you just, Raz, have you not breathed in energy here tonight? Student, yes. Raz, have you not eaten your fill of energy? What is the purpose of eating? To get energy. What is the purpose of money? To have energy. What is the purpose of breathing? To have energy. There is no difference at all. Student, it sure seems different. Raz, only because you decide and create it as different. The assumption is that there's a difference. Student, that's right. Raz, and when you assume that, you start creating from that position, which creates a lack of money and a lack of energy. Student, but it just doesn't seem quite right to me, because it seems that part of what I'm assuming is that I'm a human being. That, Raz, well, that is a bad assumption right there. Student, well, I'm living in a human society with such creations as bread, water, time, government. Raz, so you're creating yourself as a body. Student, I'm creating myself as me in 1996, New York City. Yes. Raz, you're creating yourself as a body. Is that where you truly wish to be? Are you happy there? Student, well, Raz, no. Student, well, when I was out of the body, there were other places that seemed much worse. So this seemed like a good stopping point to see how I could solve that problem. Meanwhile, it was pretty bad news. Raz, right. But you are creating the realities in whichever place you are by your own point of view. Student, it doesn't seem that way to me. It seems that others create with me or for me or on top of me. I don't think I could totally say that. I don't think so. Well, maybe, but I don't think so. Raz, so you don't control what we say? Student, what you say? I mean, you and I are connected somehow. Raz, yes. Student, everyone is, and the paradox is that you are you, and I don't wonder about this. You are a spiritual being. Raz, and so are you. Student, and you are another student, and you are another student, and we're sharing some reality here together. We're in New York in 1996, are we not? But I'm in with you somehow. I don't think that I am you. Raz, that is right. And that's what we've been talking about. You don't think. Every time you think, student, I have a problem. Raz, you have a problem. Student, you got it. Raz, so throw away your brain. It's a useless piece of debris. Student, and just jump off the roof. Raz, and jump off the roof and start to float as the being that you are. You, when you throw away your brain and stop the thought process, every thought has an electrical component to it, which creates your reality. Every time you think, I am this, I am a body, I am blank, that is exactly what you become. You are not you. You are an apparency of you at this time, but you've been millions of other lives and millions of other identities, and you are still being those right now. Your consciousness, the greatest portion of it from your point of view, is right here, right now. That also is not a reality. When you disconnect from the thought that your reality is created in this moment with your total consciousness and start to see where you've got other ideas, other points of view, and other people's attitudes, beliefs, decisions, and ideas, you will start to connect to those other dimensions that can give you greater reality upon this plane than anything that you're trying to create right now from your thought process. And that is where you truly desire to go. Thinking gets in the way of living because it is not a creative process. It is a trap. Next question. Chapter 12. Which do you have more of, money or debts? Raz, next question. Student, which do you have more of, money or debts? Raz, which do you have more of? Student, debts. Another student, debts. Raz, debts, 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 debts. Interesting that everybody has debts. Why is that? Why is it that you have debts? Feel the word debt. Student, oof, it's heavy. Another student, yes. Raz, it feels like a ton of bricks. So we give you a little hint how to lighten it up because it sits in such heaviness upon you that you buy the point of view that is the most significant of things about you, is it not? Because it is heavy, because it is significant, because it is solid, you add to it. You add to it because you buy the idea that it is okay to go in debt. You buy the idea that one should be in debt, and you buy the idea that you can't have enough money anyway without doing it. Now, is that real? Student, Raz, interesting point of view. Is it real? Student, well, yeah, that's what I used to think. Raz, good. Well, do you think it anymore? Student, no. Raz, good. All right, so how do you get rid of your bills and your debts? By paying off past expenditures. Can you make past expenditures into a solidity? Feel. Does it feel like debt? Student, no judgment on it. Raz, no judgment, exactly. And yet you judge yourself significantly on your debt, do you not? And when you judge yourself, who's kicking you? Student, myself. Raz, right. So why are you angry at yourself for creating debt? Well, you should be. You're a great and glorious creator of debt. You are a creator. You've created magnificent debt, have you not? Student, yes. Raz, oh, very magnificent debt. Oh boy, am I good at creating debt. All right, so see the glorious creator that you are as debt. Be the glorious creator that you are to pay off your past expenditures. Feel the lightness in past expenditures. That is how you create a shift in your consciousness. Lightness is the tool. Lightness is the tool as you are light. As you are being light as money, you create a shift and a change in your consciousness and everybody around you. And you create a dynamic energy that starts to shift the totality of the area that you live in and the place and how you receive money and how it comes into you and how everything in your life works. But know that you are a great and glorious creator and that everything that you've created in the past is exactly what you said it was. And what you create in the future will be exactly as you create it to be by the choices that you make. All right, next question. Chapter 13. In relationship to money, to have an abundance of money in your life, what 3 things would be a solution to your current financial situation? Raz. All right, so we have 2 more questions, yes? Student, 1 more question. Raz, 1 more question. Well, what is the last question here? Student, in relationship to money, to have an abundance of money in your life, what 3 things would be a solution to your current financial situation? Raz, good. So who wishes to volunteer for this one? Student, I do. Raz, all right. Student, do what I love and do best. Raz, do what I love and do best? Student, yes. Raz, so what makes you think you cannot do what you love and do best? What is the basic assumption there? Student, that I lack the money to get there. Raz, well, what do you love to do best? Student, I love to garden and do healing. Raz, gardening and healing. And are you doing those things? Student, sometimes. Raz, so what makes you think you're not getting what you desire? Student, Raz, because you're spending 8 hours a day doing something you hate? Student, exactly. Raz, who created this reality? Student, but, well, Raz, they do not have need of gardeners around the city? How come you do not become a gardener if you love to garden? Student, because, well, I'm in the process of making that happen, but Raz, so what is the basic underlying assumption from which you're functioning? Time. Student, time, yes. Raz, yes. Time. Student, there hasn't been time to create. Raz, yes, there hasn't been time to create. What did we speak about in the beginning? Creativity, creating the vision. Power, being I am power. You are giving the energy to what you desire, awareness of the knowing that you will have it. Where do you continually undermine your knowing that you will have what you desire? You do it every day when you go to work and you say, well, I still have not got it. Student, that's right. Whereas, what are you creating from that point of view? Still never having it, and tomorrow you will not have it either because you still have the point of view that you've not got it. And you've taken the matter of control and you've decided there must be a particular path that is necessary to travel to get there. If the path to getting you there is that you have to be fired to take it on, you don't know, do you? But you decide that the only way you can do it is to keep this job that you hate, because that will give you the freedom to get where you wish to go. You have created a delineation and a path, a way that you must get there, which does not allow the abundant universe to provide for your way. Now we're going to give you another little statement, which you shall write out and put up someplace where you can see it on a daily basis. Here we go. I allow the abundant universe to provide me with a multiplicity of opportunities, all designed to encompass and support my growth, my awareness, and my joyful expression of life. This is your goal. This is where you're going. Raz, all right. So, student, what is the next answer you have? Student, be out of debt so I can catch up with myself and be free. Raz, be out of debt. Now, what is the basic underlying assumption there? That I will never be out of debt and that I am in debt. So what are you saying to yourself every day? I'm in debt, 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 I'm in debt. Now, how many of you are in debt? Student, we all are probably. Raz, and how many of you say that with great abundance and diligence? Student, not me. Student, diligence. Raz, good. So do not create from there. Create from I am money. Do not worry about what you call your debt. Pay on it a little bit at a time. And if you wish to pay it off instantly, take 10% off of everything that comes in and put it on your debts. And do not call them debts at all. Listen to the sound of debts. Sounds really good, hey? Call it past expenditures. Student, I'll do. Student, that's great. That is really great. Raz, hard to say I am past expenditures, is it not? Hard to say I am in past expenditures, but I'm paying off past expenditures is easy. See how you get out of debt? We also must not ignore the freedom aspect there. The underlying point of view is that you have no freedom, which means you have no power, which means you have no choice. Now, is that really true? Student, no. Raz, nope. You have chosen your experience. Every experience in your life has been about what? Creating greater and greater awareness within you. Nothing that you've chosen in the past was for any other purpose than awakening you to the reality and the truth of yourself, or you would not be here this night, all right? Student, could you repeat that again? Raz, nothing you've done or chosen in your life has been for any other purpose than to awaken you to the truth of yourself, or you would not be here this night. How about that? We did it word for word. All right, so your next point of view. Student, to live a simpler life. Raz, what a crock of shit that is. Student, I know, and I knew it even when I was writing it. Raz, there is not one of you who desires a simpler life. Simpler life is very easy. You die, then you have a simple life. Death is simple. Life is an abundance of experience. Life is an abundance of everything. Life is an abundance of joy, an abundance of ease, an abundance of glory. It is the reality and the truth of you. You are energy unlimited. You are in totality everything this world is made of. And each time that you choose to be money, to be awareness, to be control, to be power, to be creativity, you change this physical plane into a place in which people can truly live with absolute awareness, absolute joy, and absolute abundance. Not just you, But every other being upon this plane is affected by the choices that you make, because you are them and they are you. And as you lighten up your considerations, as you do not pass on and stalk others with your considerations, you create a lighter planet, a more awakened and more aware civilization. And that which you desire, that which you have wished for, that which is the place of peace and joy will come to fruition. But you are the creators of it. Be in the knowing of it. Be in the joy of it and maintain it. Now, once again, we reiterate your tools. When you feel the energy of thoughts about money coming in on you, and you feel them pushing in, reverse them and make them go out of you until you can feel the space that is you once again. And then you will know that they are not you, and you've created that reality. Remember, you've created the vision of what you will have by connecting the power, the energy to it, and by being aware that it is a reality that is already in existence because you've thought it. You do not have to control how it gets here. You are control, and therefore it will occur as quickly as the abundant universe can provide it for you. And it will. Do not judge. Be in gratitude every day for each thing that you manifest. When you get $1, be in gratitude. When you get $500, be in gratitude. When you get $5,000, be in gratitude. And that which you call your debts as past expenditures, not debt. You do not owe anything in life because there is no past. There is no future. There's only this 10 seconds from which you create your life. Place in front of you the mantra, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Say, I am power, I am awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I am money, I'm joy. 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening. Put it somewhere where you see it and share it with others. I allow the abundant universe to provide me with a multiplicity of opportunities, all designed to encompass and support my growth, my awareness, and my joyful expression of life. And be it, because that is the truth of you. And so enough this night. Be money in every aspect of your life. We leave you in love. Good night. So I've really enjoyed reading this book over and over again. And it seems like every time that I read the book, I pick up something different than I did before. As I change, I notice different things in the book. So I encourage you to get your copy of the book out and read along with me. It's really interesting when you get to read it and hear it at the same time. I'll be posting links of where to buy the book beneath the video, like down below. So I hope you enjoy it. Please like it. Please share it. And how does it get any better than that? What a fun world it would be when we would all step into being who we truly be, eh? Now, if you'd like to learn more about how to become money, there are lots of classes being offered by lots of fantastic facilitators. You can find them on the Access Consciousness website. I also facilitate how to become money classes, and you are welcome to reach out and connect with someone to have fun with this, because these tools are really amazing and life-changing and are a whole lot more than just about money. It's about being all of you.